Hi everyone, and welcome to RollBound 2. I am your DM, Chas, and I'm going to go down the list and have everyone introduce themselves, starting with Groove.
Good tidings. I am Groove, and I am bound to the role of Jonathan Oneros Phage.
Alrighty, Allie.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I am bound to the role of Prince Xander.
Alright, Minnow.
Hello, I am Minnow, and I am bound to the role of Vivian Deshays.
Alright, Joey.
My name is Joey, and I'm bound to the role of Jay Elwood. Forgot his last name for a second.
Alright, Dakota.
Hello everyone, my name is Dakota, and I am bound to the role of Lysel.
And last but never least, Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey, and I am bound to the role of Emiko.
But by this point, it's like around, by the time you guys leave Barclay's house and go and check everything in, by around this time, it's around 6 or 7 p.m. Ooh. Sorry.
Three.
I almost
You
just...
good?
What the fuck?
I almost just dropped my die.
You killed Joey.
Because I was like just getting... I was just trying to get some out so that way I had it, and then I almost dropped it. But then me dropping that one almost made me drop another one, so I was like, oh!
That is
And
not
yeah.
the sound you made, and you know it.
No, it's not. I can't recreate that sound.
You made the scared fucking King of the Hill sound. Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. I could not recreate the noise I just made, even if I wanted to.
Great. Are we recording?
Yes.
I don't know what an
Boy.
ice mold is, but I'm gonna kick your ass.
Boy, what a fight, everyone. Good work all around, Vivian says.
Yeah, she was here
Where
the
are
whole
we?
time. As of right now, you guys should just be like on your way. I can't remember. I could go back and listen, but I'm not going to. I believe you guys either were headed back to the tavern, or were like, yeah, you guys went back to the tavern.
How are y'all feeling? Do y'all need a rest? For some reason, Vivian is great. She didn't use any resources in that last fight.
I didn't really use any resources in that fight either.
We
I used
So-
like all my key points, but yeah.
we
have some loose ends to
I'm,
tie up.
I'm tracking that we took a short rest after that fight, I will say.
Yeah, you guys did do that. You found like this little you found the area where the bullet was nesting, and you decided that it wasn't it
Okay.
wasn't dangerous, and you guys took a little short rest in that area. I believe you also took a short rest to identify some items. And that's what you guys...
Got it. So how's everyone feeling? I know that we have, because whenever I'm not here, y'all just do a really good, efficient job of getting everything done. So if you need me to leave, just let me know. But in the meantime,
We'll let you know.
we have a couple loose ends we need to deal with. But we still have tomorrow and the day after, right? Because they were leaving after 3 days,
Yeah,
or they were leaving on the third day.
Yeah, they were leaving, I updated the date to be, so they were leaving on the 4th. It is currently, well, if you guys the date hasn't changed yet. I just put it in there so that way I didn't forget what day of the week it was. After you guys, finish out your day and take a long rest, it'll be the 2nd, and they were gonna leave on the 4th.
Okay, so we have
Drake
2
was there.
full long rests before we got a boogie.
Yeah.
Y'all want to do Mama V tonight, or you want to go tomorrow?
Let's do it tonight.
Oh,
I mean, yeah. If we short rested after that fight, then I've got everything I need.
Sweet.
And you guys did find her store.
Yeah.
I do really like that half of our party, pretty much exactly half, gets all of their important shit back on a short rest.
Oh, okay. So, actually, hold on, let me... Before I'm an asshole, let me check something. Actually, no, that has nothing to do with anything. Sorry. It was the fact that, like, when you guys saw her store the first time, it said that, like... Yeah, never mind.
Are you good?
Yes. It was just that something that I was about to, like, say matter-of-factly doesn't really have anything to do with, like, stopping you from what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Sure.
No, but that's fine. So, are we at the store again?
Yeah, it takes you, like, 30-ish minutes to walk there from the Merchant's Guild. However, the first time that you walked by, there was a sign on the door that said that the store was closed and that she wouldn't be back until the next morning. But when you walked by the first time, all the lights were off and stuff like that. Mainly because it was, like, you know, bright and early in the morning, didn't really need to have any candles lit. But now that you're walking by, there is light coming from within the store, indicative that there is someone inside.
Okay. So, before we go in, a couple things. I did a little bit of research on Mama V. Her name was not familiar to me, but that is because she often does not show up to witch gatherings, which is, in and of itself, not too much of a red flag. I also hear that she is particularly standoffish with other witches, which again is kind of par for the course. There are a few uncomfortable things that we are dealing with in regard to her connection with the Allosaurus known as Sugar. My hope is that if we speak with her, she is receptive to the fact that this dinosaur caused the death of at least 4 people that we know of. My hope is also that she had no direct control over it or anything to do with it. My fear is that she did, or that she won't care. Both of those are troubling. So, Sir Elwood, if you would please stand very close to me. And everyone else, let's just treat this like a conversation until it turns into something else.
Before we go in, can I get a reminder of the guys that we found dead by this dinosaur?
You guys didn't get any form of identification, but you found, like, an elf that looked to be in, like, roguish attire and someone more, clad in armor. And then the other 2, you couldn't find any defining features because they were half-eaten.
So, when you say close to, you mean we had no idea who these fuckers were?
Yeah, it was more of the fact that, like, when you guys, which this was a very long time ago, went to go fight the Allosaurus, there were adventurers already going to deal with it, and they got eaten. But it wasn't, like, people that you guys, like, knew. And then you guys took the deed for their, for the adventure that they were paid to do, because they were paid to go try and kill it, but they didn't succeed. So you guys killed it, and then took the... I say took the credit. I don't mean that as in, like, you guys stole the credit. Like, you guys just... You're the ones who completed the job.
Steelers.
But you didn't know these people.
So technically all we know is that this dinosaur was chilling in the cave and killed people to protect itself.
No. We also know that it had a pendant around its neck that said, "Love Sugar from Mama V," or something along those lines. Which is what led us to her in the first place. We also know that it was intelligent and was able to communicate and cast spells, and said that it was working for its master. So entirely possible that control was wrested from Mama V, which is kind of what Vivian is hoping for. But it is also possible that the dinosaur was working on behalf of Mama V. Either way, also very clearly threatened to eat Gelwood.
Yeah, she said he looked tasty.
And was dangerous enough to... what's the word? I don't know. Get a Adventurers Guild bounty on her head. His head? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So what's the play here? If she does turn out to be malicious and not just incompetent, like, are we fucking, are we icing this bitch, or what's the plan?
No. Things get complicated because I'll even say this in character. Vivian will say things are complicated. We tend to deal with our own as much as we are able to, because if we ask other people to deal with it, it results in difficulty for more witches. However, we are also in a city and we can't just attack without cause. So let's plan on not fighting while we're in there. And if she turns it into a fight, then I suppose we'll deal with it the way we always do. But let's plan to keep things civil.
And if she's not incompetent, I feel it is best we not let the chance slip away, regardless of consequences.
If she does not attack us first, and we attack her, even with cause, we will be murderers in the eyes of the city. And that is not something that we can be. She looks like very uncomfortable. I think that she even, on her shoulder, Gale is like shifting around where Vivian is not. She says, I am hoping that a plan will present itself to me. And her face like cringes as she says that.
Very well. Shall we?
If we find out that this was not only caused by her, but by intention, is there some, I guess, recourse that we can take for the lives of those people that doesn't involve the most extreme measure available to us?
Chas, does Vivian know of any witches in the area?
In the area? Make me a history check.
Sure, I have my dice out.
I'm actually going to pull out my bigger, fancier map of Kelmra. That I haven't fully finished.
That is a 20.
A 20? That is a very good roll. Excuse me. Nearby is a reach. You know of one witch that doesn't necessarily reside in Farwood, but you know that there's a witch that lives by Ash Lake in Byron, which is on the other side of Firefall. So that's technically the closest to you that you know, other than, of course, your mentor. Because Hope's Dawn is closer to Skymount than Ash Lake and Byron
but
is.
even that's like a week.
Yeah, it is definitely, it is a very long trek away from here.
Okay. Vivian will think for a moment. There is something that is difficult as well, which is that she feels woefully unprepared for this, but also, you know, a firefighter is not allowed to show up to a building and be like, I really only do cats from trees, sorry. So like, this is witch business, and she has the hat. So she just sighs and says, we'll deal with it as necessary. I would rather go to the guards than deal with it violently ourselves without recourse.
Understood. If necessary, I may be able to paralyze her. So
I'll leave that to your wise discretion. Yeah,
understood.
And if there's nothing else, I think Viv's gonna go up to the door and knock.
Yeah, you hear, you don't really hear anything as you approach the door until you knock on the door. And at first you hear, like, the sound of, like, wood smacking against wood.
Mhm.
And then you hear, like, silence. And then you hear, like, some shuffling, like someone walking on, like, creaky wood floors. And you just hear a voice that says, "Sorry, loves! The store's closed for today. I had to go to a funeral."
I'm very sorry to hear that, Mama V. I would love to come in and offer you some tea in this trying time. On behalf of Madame Pendle.
You hear, more wood clacking against wood. And then you hear the the creaking of wood. And you hear several locks, like at least 5 unlock. And you see her open the door and, like, peek her face out and go, "How do you know Madame Pendle?"
Vivian looks up at her, points to the
Yeah.
hat, and says, "Know her very well. My name is Mistress Vivian Deshays."
Give me just one moment. And she closes the door again. You hear her unlock one more lock. Like one of the chain ones.
Yeah.
And then she opens the door, and the woman you see, she kind of doesn't match her voice. You know, she has this kind of, like, in her throat, nasally older woman voice, but this woman actually doesn't look that old, and that would be because she is an elf. She looks like a high elf in nature. She has, like, a really kind of wiry, long, grayed hair. Definitely older in her years, even for an elf, but she still does not look. She doesn't look like an old person.
Aged well. And
Yeah.
skincare routine.
Yes. You can actually smell her care routine on her. Like, you can smell, like, honey and a very special root that you know that some witches, or really anyone, if they know good alchemy, use to prevent wrinkles and stuff like that. She is kind of gaunt, but she's also fairly short. She's, like, maybe around the height of Lysel. And she's wearing, several layers of clothing of, like, multi-colors. And she has a scar that goes, like, down in kind of a Y shape on her left cheek that you can tell she has tried to, like, skin care that, like, away.
Sure.
And she says, I guess what I was doing can wait. Come on, come in.
Thank you. My friends will be accompanying me, if that is all right.
Oh,
I
of
have enough
course.
tea to go around, if you have enough cups.
Oh, if I don't have enough cups, I can always make some. Please, come in.
Great. Johnny, by any chance you got the detect magic up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Johnny for sure casted Detect Magic. Did you see anything?
You know, the moment it kicked off, you saw it, but it's all sorts of magic. The only thing missing at most is necromancy. But there's evocation, transmutation, illusion. Once you walk inside of this building, you kind of understand why, because this is a magic shop. Albeit a little minor. You can tell that there's nothing crazy in here just by giving it a once-over. Kind of looks like an old knick-knack store you'd find on the corner of a tourist town. But the stuff in here is genuine. Just, it's kind of small. A lot of things are behind glass cases. There's also, like, a little potion section, but also it looks very homey. It kind of looks like a storefront clashes with, like, your grandma's house. So you can definitely tell that when the store is not open, that Mama V lives here. And she actually leads you behind this, like, beaded curtain into an area that looks like a studio apartment behind the storefront.
Great.
And she goes, I normally don't attend the gathering, so were you sent by Madame Pendle for something? She didn't send me a letter.
No, and I apologize for our late entry. I am on a pilgrimage, or excuse me, she would say, I'm on a trial by pilgrimage. and Madame Pendle is my mentor.
Oh. She like lifts up a long nail and kind of like wiggles it like she knows what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm sorry that we haven't had a chance to meet before, and to be honest, I am sorry that we do not have better cause to meet now. Would you... I think she's gonna look at her. Can I get an insight check? Would she prefer if I just fucking get to it, or is she like trying to like feel me out?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. Natural 20
Damn.
with guidance for a total of 30.
Yeah, you can tell that she's anxious. It doesn't seem anxious like she feels like she's been caught for something. But, you know, it is like 7 o'clock at night. You know, you claimed the name of a very powerful witch that she does know by name, and you're just in here, and she's kind of like, it looks like she is waiting for you to just say it, like, you know,
Sure.
like, okay, the formalities, we've done that, you've said who you are, you've said why you're here, like, what's
Yeah.
up?
So I think in that case, she's going to say, I suppose we can get to the tea later, and she's going to pull out the amulet and set it on a counter beside her.
Yeah,
Does her face change at all when she sees it?
her ears droop. But not in a way of, like, defeat, but, like, sadness.
I assume that you recognize what this is?
I do. And she'll, pick it up and, like, run her finger over the engravings, and she'll sigh. And she'll say, "What disasters did sugar cause?"
At least 4 are dead. Likely more, considering that the Adventurers Guild was called upon to put it down. Excuse me, put her down.
She, like, leans against the wall and just, like, not like, tired, but, like, kind of, like, in thought, and she just kind of curses under her breath and goes, I tried very hard to keep her under control. You see, some adventurer types came in to my store a few months back, and they traded with me a little trinket. I definitely knew I couldn't resell it. I was going to package it up and send it up to license, but things started happening, and I found myself able to resonate with it. All of my pets around me, which as you can see, none of them are here, started to gain intelligence, awaken, without my doing, mind you. So then I made haste to my travels. On my way, I almost got attacked by Sugar, as you know her. But again, this trinket awakened, and as did she. But none of the creatures were hostile. In fact, Sugar became dependent on me. She couldn't hunt anymore on her own. It was almost like she lost all survival instincts the moment that she became more intelligent. She no longer had understanding that she was a wild animal. But because every creature that ran into me suddenly gained senses, I came back home and quickly put the artifact under lock and key. I had to find another way to transport it, and I became very attached to the creatures, but almost a month ago, by now, someone stole it. If you'll look at the windows, and she points to, like, all the windows of her, the ones in the storefront were, like, covered by curtains, couldn't really see on either side. There was stuff blocking it outside as well, only a little bit. She points to some of her windows, and you'll notice that there are basically, like, signs of them being, like, repaired. Like there's like cracks in the glass, and it also looks like there were, well, you can tell she used magic to fix it, but instead of like just fixing the windows, she took multicolored glass pieces and fit them together so that way she could make like an art piece out of it. But it definitely looks like magical mend work that was not the original window. He said, I decided to try to pretty up the mess, but that was about the only silver lining in all of that was that I could make the damage pretty. But after that trinket was stolen, all of my pets and even Sugar went crazy. I didn't keep Sugar in the city, mind you. I had a little stable of sorts that I had created for her outside of the city, so that way I wasn't bringing a carnivorous creature into the city limits. It's also against the law for a creature of that size. She kind of looks at the ground and says, were they friends of yours?
Would that matter?
Well, if they were friends of yours, I would extend my apologies to you.
Do you intend to extend your apologies to others?
Well, if the Merchants Guild allows me to know who the families are, I would probably be able to dig into the shop's savings and give some form of, I don't know, an insurance. Not that I think gold can replace a life, but...
How many other pets did you have? And were there any quite as dangerous as her?
No, the most dangerous one was definitely Sugar, considering that I ran into her in the wilderness. But my other two pets were, I had a cat, a monkey, and a little rat. But that was about it.
Cat, rat, monkey. And they have been gone since the amulet was stolen? Or the artifact was stolen?
Yes.
And have you searched the city for them?
I have. In fact, that's part of why the store was closed today. I didn't actually go to a funeral. I wouldn't show up to a funeral even if I was invited. They're a waste of time. But I have been searching ever since they've gone missing. Whoever stole it, they're not within the city limits. I can't be so dramatic as to say they're not in Farwood, but I don't know why they'd stay. Especially since if you get too many creatures to follow you and gain intelligence, you'll likely have a bad time. Because Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I thought you were done, please.
Now, it might just be that I was unable to attune to it, but it doesn't seem like I had any control over what creatures the artifact awakened. I just stayed away from as many instances of wildlife as I could, but Sugar ran up on me while I was traveling. I can't imagine they'd want to stay in an area with big beasts like tyrannosaurs and allosauruses.
Or they would.
It is true, but I haven't heard any instances of it. I've been checking the boards for more jobs similar to the one for Sugar.
And were you the one that taught Sugar magic?
No, actually, she seemed to do that all her own.
As a result of the awakening?
correct. It almost seemed like that was her nature.
And the monkey, rat, and cat, any magic from them?
A little, but mostly of the illusion type, protective magic, stuff like that. Things like a magical shield or an illusion to hide them in shadows. But never anything aggressive like Sugar. But Sugar was not hostile towards me. Again, the only reason I know that she could cast magical beams of light from her maw was because she did so to any creature that thought it was going to be aggressive. And then we'd make a timely escape, as it were. No reason to hang around murdering the wildlife.
And these adventurers that gave you this artifact? You said it was stolen a month ago. How long ago was it that they showed up?
They had showed up about a month and a half ago. They said that they got it from a dungeon nearby. Although, nearby is probably relative, considering that they had said they had been traveling for several weeks, so, you know.
Did they say the name of the dungeon?
They did not. They were I don't want to say they were a suspicious bunch, but they kind of didn't care to speak to me. They came in, sold their belongings that I was willing to buy, and then left. But if I were to make a guess, if they had been traveling for several weeks before getting into Skymount, I imagine they came from Viron. They were dressed light, is why I say so.
Okay. Thinking. To be clear, nothing is going off for Johnny's radar right now, right? In terms of, like, new magic that's being cast?
Yeah. There's magic all... Sorry. There's magic all around due to it being a magic shop, but, like, she isn't, like, subtly casting any spells or anything like that.
There's no one behind us with a, like, gun.
No.
Okay.
No.
He's got a gun!
Guy.
He's got a gun!
No, there's no way. There's no fucking way. My immersion would be shattered if Gun Guy is still alive. I would never believe anything in this world again. Okay. What else happened? Anybody else have questions for her?
Yeah, can we buy some of your magic items?
Yeah, we'll get to that one. No. The Sugar mentioned we were able to speak with her. She was beyond feral in her ravings, but she did mention that she had a master as well. What do you think of that?
She never called me master in the time that I knew her. She always called me mama. There was no one else there when you found her?
Oh, no, let's double check. Signs of two individuals mounted a few weeks ago. Strange woman in town, didn't stay long, didn't come into the tavern. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Lots of blood. Talks about having a master. We killed the shit out of it. No, it's 90% it. I'll mention, well, this Sugar was found outside of Mapleview, near a dungeon that we then cleared out. But I suppose a few weeks before Sugar had gotten down there had been a stranger that came to town that, for some reason, put the locals on edge. a woman who didn't stay very long and bought some fruits and made ink out of them. Does that mean anything to you?
No, unfortunately, it does not.
In that case, I know of no one else that could have been there.
Well, then maybe Sugar didn't gravitate towards the new holder of the item then.
No. Sugar gravitated towards a dungeon that was filled with demonic energy, but we cleared that out pretty thoroughly and didn't find an artifact.
I mean, could the item have been stolen and then immediately told the real person that wanted it?
Possible.
It could be that the lack of proximity to the item is what made my pets go mad. They were always at least within somewhat close proximity, the furthest being Sugar, but I checked on her every day.
Where does she normally keep her?
I built a little stable outside the city. I could, if any of you have a map, I could mark where it is for you.
Plop. Is that in front of her?
Yeah. She'll, look like what, gates are labeled on the map and then, mark it down. And said, it's of course not near the city walls or anything, but it looks like a barn of sorts.
So to clarify, all of your pets left you at about the same time, which was after the artifact was stolen.
Correct. Also, I was not home when this happened, but it was the only thing they stole. Nothing else in my home went missing. Not a gold piece, not a speck of dust.
It's definitely what they were after.
Meaning they had to know that it was here.
Well, while I would say that it is likely not immediately obvious, it would only take a small amount of investigation to find the person that had awakened an Allosaurus nearby. So someone knew what they were looking for and did not have to work too hard to find you. This is mostly just for my own sake. Vivian's been watching her like a hawk the whole time. Is there any, sense of acting or bullshit going on? I'll re-roll insight if you want me to.
No, you got a natural 20 on your last insight check, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a 30. Yeah.
It's actually a 31, but yeah.
No. If anything seems shifty, it's mostly that, she's a little upset, that, you can definitely tell that there is something else going on with her that is unrelated, that's, maybe distracting her from this conversation. So she's, a little kind of, distant. She's part of the conversation, but it's obvious that she is thinking of other things. But she is very, disturbed by finding all this out. That,
yeah.
Because it's obvious she lives alone, so she lost all of her companions, found out that one of them killed a bunch of people and had to be killed, and...
Yeah, it's a rough Tuesday. Okay. Anybody else have questions for her?
Do we know a little bit more information about the people that sold you the amulet? Descriptions of them?
There were only 4 of them, if I remember, unless they split their little group. One of them was Just Pure seemed to be a beginner at magic. She was very nice, though. She seemed to be the one that did all the talking for her friends. One of them was a big lad in armor. Couldn't really tell anything about him, because he kept his face covered, but he wore big, dark, slate gray armor. And there was a... She taps her chin, because obviously she sees a lot of people, so she's trying very hard to distinctly remember this transaction. Then there was someone with them. He was kind of rummaging through my potion bottles in the back, never spoke to me. Looked like half-orc. Gentleman, kind of shorter, spiky hair. I'm sure he was with them. The last person had a hood over their head, but I could tell that they had pointy ears, like myself, but kept to theirself more than not.
So, what if, they sold it to you and came back for it when they got a better offer and stole it back and sold it?
It's possible. They didn't look skilled enough to pull something like that off, but it is possible.
Do you have any safety measures against that?
I do. I haven't got the materials to re-up such a security measure, but at the time I did have protective magics. I used to have these plants that grew outside of my house that would sort of work as like a more natural version of the alarm spell. I also had warded glyphs on my windows. But since I was away from home, I heard nothing, sensed nothing. When I came home... Oh, go ahead.
So, your alarm spell could have went off. I don't know how exactly the alarm spell works. Is it like a proximity thing, or is it like wherever you are, you can still feel it go off?
If you were within 1 mile of the area.
So theoretically, they didn't have to be skilled enough. They just had to know you were not in the area.
It's possible.
Well, I wasn't so far that I wouldn't be warned. I just wasn't home.
I have learned during my pilgrimage that a determined enough idiot can accomplish pretty much anything if given enough prep time. So it's hard to say. We will consider the fact that they would have had to go through an alarm and also some glyphs in order to break in and get the one thing they were looking for. But keep in mind that it could also be...
Wait, the windows? Were her windows broken?
Yeah.
So the glyph spells went off.
Unless it was spelled.
Was the glass shattered
in? Was the glass shattered inward or outward? Did they break the windows to get in?
It looks like they did, but there was no evidence that my glyphs went off.
What type of glyph was it? Would it leave some kind of residue, like a fireball or something?
Correct. It wasn't a fireball. I don't want to blow up my neighbors. I quite like them. No, it was a controlled shock.
And
But
no sign that it went off?
none. Though if they were crafty enough to disable it, I don't know why they weren't crafty enough to unlock it. Not that I'm picky about the way I'm robbed. Just seems weird.
It is weird. Honestly, though, that does kind of lean more to the fact that they're idiots. Like, they were able to find out a way to dispel something at 3rd level, at least, but not smart
But they
enough to
couldn't.
figure out how the lock works. That's some adventurer shit, if ever I heard it. So yeah, definitely a possibility.
I'm
But
gonna
probably not
disable the
enough.
glyph. Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
break the window, DM. Why?
Yeah, it seems
You don't wanna-
more like a thing that the barbarian got tired of waiting. So definitely a possibility, but we probably don't have enough information yet. We can definitely follow up on their descriptions. Was there anything else that you could tell us about the adventurers, or was that it? Or the break-in?
The only thing I could say is that when they broke in, they left no signs. No fabric, not even footsteps. Nothing.
It's a broken window.
Yeah. And it didn't even look like they stepped in the glass.
Sounds like they passed without a trace.
Sounds like some rogue shit.
I mean, I can do that. Pass without trace means that I don't leave footprints behind. So,
Didn't even disturb the glass on the ground, because you can tell when it's broken by someone stepping on it, but it's just the shatter from breaking the window. Not to mention, also, there was no... Other than the fact that my windows were broken, my house didn't look disturbed.
Understood. Where did you keep the amulet?
Oh. She, reaches into a, under her bed and pulls out a, lockbox that has a shit ton of, magical runes on it, which, they're not glowing right now, so you can tell that it's not active. And she was like, I kept it in this box.
Under your bed.
Yes, well, not only that, but it was stuck down there as well.
And the runes weren't activated? Glyphs, whatever it is.
They were activated when it was in there. All sorts of things. It made it harder to unlock. It was magically locked. It was also warded. That it was hard to dispel. That it would. That was when I was going to use the fire, because I really didn't want anyone to take this item. It was risky. And then the controlled shock. I also, at the time, the box was invisible and stuck to the floor.
How much space is there between the bed and the floor?
Like, how much space is there? Not too much. Like, she did have to, like, even with it being under there without being stuck, she did have to kind of wriggle it out.
Okay, I'm gonna set my familiar on the floor, and he is going to wiggle himself under the bed, and I'm gonna look through his senses while everyone's talking. I'm looking for any anything at all that would seem out of place for being in some old lady's bedroom.
Have your familiar make me a perception check.
He's good at those.
Yay!
19, 18.
That's pretty good. Being that your familiar is a smaller creature, there are some things from their perspective that they can see better than others. At the very, very... because her bed is pushed up against the wall. At the very, very back against the wall, you do see something. You see that there is the tiniest little, like, piece of twine. I think that's the right word. Am I thinking of that right? Like fibrous mini rope.
Yeah.
It's kind of like mostly circular in shape, like it's bent that way, like it was kept in a circular formation for a long time, and whenever it was untied, it was left that way, and it's just resting on the floor at the very, very back against the wall under the bed.
Okay, I'm going to have Blink grab it and bring it back out.
Yeah, and as she's like while he was looking for this, like she's been like explaining like all the stuff she had on the box and that she like paid a lot for it to be that way, and some of it she put there herself, and that like all of it was just gone off of it, and that it was even invisible and all that stuff. And then Blink comes down and she like looks down and goes, "Oh, well, what's he got there?"
Our first clue, and then I'm supposed to pick up the twine and hold it out to Vivian.
Vivian takes the twine, holds it out to Johnny. Is it magic?
Yeah.
Johnny, make me an investigation check. It's not magical, but you specifically have a good chance at knowing what this is.
I'll guide you.
Back. Investigation. Roll D4. 21. 21 in Spanish for the Spanish speakers.
Whoa. So inclusive.
Purely just because it's something you work with often and you make them, you can tell that this is something that was more than likely wrapped around a spell scroll. While it isn't magical in and of itself, there's sort of like a presence of magic on it. The thing itself is not magic, but it was in proximity to magic.
And Johnny looks it over very closely, bringing it right up to his eyes, smelling it. He tastes the end of it.
Oh, man.
This twine bound a scroll. These evildoers must have used it to perpetuate their vile acts.
Tastes like abjuration magic.
It tastes bland.
Vivian just assumes that means something and nods.
So, any fool can use a spell scroll. So, like, yeah.
But not every fool can afford a spell scroll.
That part.
So that is another thing to keep in mind.
Also, Mama V, is there any chance you could show us, first of all, what the window looked like before it was broken? And second of all, what it looked like after it was broken before you prepared it? Because you said that the broken glass had not been disturbed.
Yeah, she'll turn to her windows and she'll lift up both of her hands and the tips of them will glow red, and she'll kind of like wave her hands, and you all can tell that she's casting an illusion, but it literally looks like she's turning back time on the windows. Like instead of just instead of the illusion just appearing, it literally looks like time is like rewinding itself very fast to the point where the windows are broken. She leaves it there for a few seconds for you to look at.
Yeah, basically my intent here is I'm gonna have Johnny like look at the broken glass, how it was shattered, where the glass landed, and using his expertise, I guess, in both investigation and arcana, not mechanical expertise, as far as I know, but you get the point. If we can determine more solidly what exactly went down.
Yeah. And, she holds it there for a second, and then, flicks, a few of her fingers, and it, zooms faster to what it looked like before, it was broken. And, Johnny, make me another investigation check.
I will help you and guide you.
Help advantage.
Add vitamins.
Guidance. D4.
Add vitamins.
23. He's on all fours, taking the deepest look at the scene, recreating it. He takes Xander. Does Xander stand there? Good. Now I have a code there.
Okay.
Lysel there. No, turn 20 degrees to the left.
All of us or just one of us?
Two of you. But I can't specify which two.
Chess, you know how in the Batman games and similar detective games, as the detective figures out more shit, it adds ghostly images to the scene to kind of replicate what happened?
Yeah.
Any deductions that Johnny makes, I'm gonna recreate that using major image as well.
Yeah, so Johnny, you look and you can definitely tell that obviously Mama V said that her glyphs didn't go off, but you can tell that the something about the way that the glyphs were dispelled is what made the window break. Now, normally dispelling magical glyphs like that would not cause the object tied to them to break. But with the way there's, for one, some of the some of the pieces of glass are a little too big. The shatter looks a little too calculated. The pieces are in even shape and size. It just looks too artistic. Not that it looks like someone laid out the glass pieces, but it looks too, breaking glass in this many perfect pieces would take way too much time for for that to be what happened. So someone didn't, bash a hammer into the glass and go, fuck it, and move in. It had to be very quick, very precise. Where they made the glyphs not only not go off, but also broke the window. You can also tell that what Mama V said was true, that no one stepped on the glass, because it's all arranged almost neatly. And
Could the
go ahead.
scroll have done this? It's an abjuration magic scroll. Could it have disrupted the glyphs and broken the window?
You get the feeling that the scroll was used on the chest, because the chest was, I guess the wards on the chest were better than the ones on the window. And there's only evidence of one scroll being used. You get the feeling that if the people only had one scroll, they prioritized using it on the chest rather than the window.
Can I ask a clarifying question? So you said that the way that the glyphs were dispelled caused it to break in this way. You also said that the glyphs went off. When you were saying that, was that did you misspeak when you said that, or did they actually go off?
Oh, I think I just said it really, really, really fast. I said
You
that
meant,
Mama
shut off?
Yeah. I don't mean went off as in they activated. I meant went off as in they were turned off.
Got it. Okay.
I have a question as well, based on Johnny's knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. Is there any substance or piece of magic or spell or item that would cause inlaid aether, such as with this glyph, to detonate?
How do you mean, like, detonate?
So, like, if it was just dispelled, like you said, the glyph would cease to exist or maybe still be drawn onto the glass, but it wouldn't cause the window to break. Like, if I were to cast Dispel Magic on it, that wouldn't fuck up the window, that would just remove the magic. If an anti-magic field was introduced, that wouldn't fuck up the window, that would just, end the spell or suppress it. So is there some way of basically overloading a spell or like a glyph like this and causing it to, instead of doing what it's supposed to do, shatter or explode or burst?
Make me an Arcana check, Xander.
Someone mind giving me a help with this?
What kind of check is it?
Arcana?
Arcana.
Oh, no, I cannot. Someone else.
I can certainly give you guidance.
Oh,
Awesome, thank you. Okay. That's not too bad. Don't believe I have a modifier to this, but I'm gonna check just in case. Oh no, I'm proficient. Shit, alright. 18.
So there isn't a specific spell that does this, but there are individuals that are able to fine-tune their magic so distinctly that it disrupts other... It's basically like anti-magic that isn't anti-magic. Where it's anti-magic that works in a way where instead of negating magic entirely, it basically burns it away, if that makes sense.
So less of a shut-off and more of a power surge.
Yes, exactly.
Does this seem like it would be the work of, and I know this doesn't exist in 5th edition, but it does exist in the lore of Teosia. Does this seem like it would be the work of a Templar?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So this was not dispelled, this was spell broken.
Correct.
That's fucking cool as shit. Okay. Xander's gonna relay that to the party, and for the people who are not familiar with Dot in this chat, which I believe is pretty much everyone but me and Chaz, Templar in Dreams of Teosia, the TRPG that is being made for this setting, is a martial class that is capable of channeling their own magic to break, disrupt, and suppress other forms of magic as just an innate thing that they can do. They are not themselves spellcasters, but they have the ability to disrupt and destroy magic.
But because of this, and Xander, you would figure this out as well, because obviously there are Templars in the elemental plane. Because of this, their magic, quote-unquote, is not fine-tuned. Meaning that if they do disrupt a glyph, likely, when a wizard does it, the glass will be fine. When a Templar does it, the object will likely break. If it's, fragile enough.
Yeah, they don't have the finesse of a spellcaster because they're not spellcasters.
Yeah.
Neat. Well, that's good to know. Anything else from this little exercise? Sorry, that made it sound very dismissive. That was really good information. I apologize. Anything else from this valid exercise that we are currently doing? I don't know why I said that like a bitch, and I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Honestly, I thought you were saying that, as Vivian, so it, made sense to me.
Because Vivian is a bitch. Yeah, I get it.
That just sounds like something she'd say, alright, now I gotta know the fucking hard, cold facts. What's up? But no. Nothing extra is gained from that. It seems like there was a magical ability that was used that caused the window to break. And then they probably used some other methods of stealth, like pass without trace, or maybe even teleportation. You can't tell which, because obviously the magical presences of those spells are gone, because it's been over a month. And hard to tell. Because if they use Pass Without Trace, well, they don't leave footprints. But if they just teleported into the window, then they wouldn't leave any trace anyway. And then definitely a scroll of some kind was used on the chest, which is why, even though it was back down there, invisible, stuck to the ground, and had a bunch of wards on it.
Yeah, and they wanted to use the spell scroll instead of the Templar's talents because, obviously there's the fear that they're going to break the item inside. Also, do we have some reason to rule out levitation or flight in this instance? Because those seem equally likely as to why the glass would have been disturbed.
No, you don't have any reason to rule it out. It was just I was using stuff that you had already suggested in my way of saying you don't know the distinction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Vivian, I think, has one more question, and that's probably it from me. And she's going to ask Mama V, did you identify or have the artifact identified?
I did. The only thing that confused me is that when I identified it, I was given the impression that it was something I could control. She kind of wiggles her head from side to side as trying to figure out how to form the words. It almost felt like while it was in my possession, someone else was attuned to it and thus able to control it while I couldn't. Despite the fact that I attuned myself to the item, I took the time to channel my energy through it. I never could use it.
In your expert opinion, did it seem like the item was cursed?
It was not. Curses are actually a special skill of mine. Not that I go around cursing people, it was just something my mentor, long 500 years ago, taught me.
Someone who owns a magic shop, that seems like it would be very useful. So, in your expert opinion, what would cause such a thing to happen that isn't a curse that you would not have been able to identify?
I'm not sure. I feel like I figured out everything that had something directly to do with the item. But when you identify an item, if there's another creature controlling it in some way, it will not tell you that. Because that has nothing to do with the item, but the power of the other individual.
I was under the impression that with magic items, only one creature could attune to it at the same time.
As was I. Now, don't take my words as gospel. I'm not completely sure that's what's going on, but it felt that way, if that makes sense. It felt like...
Not to overstate your role in all of this, but this is your domain. It is a magic item. You run a shop for them. Kind of feels like your word is probably the closest to gospel that any of us are going to find in this town.
Oh, yes, but the thing about being a witch is sometimes you have to be a little humble. Or a magic user at all. Because something will always surprise you when you think you know everything.
Were you able to identify the name of this artifact?
It called itself the Open Eye.
And what properties did it have apart from awakening the animals?
That was really it. It would... Well, it also said that it would awaken plants, however, no plants awakened in my vicinity. Or else I would have had a lot of problems. No, but it said that it would awaken beasts, and that the one attuned to the artifact would have those beasts under their control. And despite the fact that Sugar awakened and my other pets awakened, I didn't feel like I controlled them. It more felt like they already had pre-established loyalty to me, except for Sugar. She awakened and then suddenly warmed to me the moment she saw me. Maybe it was a moment of confusion for her, suddenly understanding more about the world going on around her, so she attached herself to me emotionally, but I never was able to make them do things they wouldn't otherwise do. I tried it. I told my monkey to go fetch something for me that he normally doesn't know how to do, and he didn't do it. So I don't feel like I had any control over them, which is why, again, it was the strangest anomaly. I attuned to the item, but it felt like I wasn't able to use half of its capabilities. Because I did not choose to awaken sugar.
Many forms of divination magics require us to have a familiarity with the item in question. Is there some way you can impart your familiarity onto us?
Even just an illusion of what it looks like would be helpful.
That I can do, and she opens out her palm, and a red spectral visage of what looks to be like a tiny, compact, the best thing I can compare it to is like a bird cage, except there's it's small and compact, more square, and then on the inside there's a bunch of metal overlapping shapes. And then it looks like at the very, very center of it is some sort of gem, and that all of these metal overlapping pieces hold this artifact together, and then it's contained within this metallic cage.
Vivian sketches it like one of her French girls.
What type of
Okay.
metal does the cage appear to be made from?
Xander, since you are the rock man, make me a history check.
Can I have advantage? Because I'm the rock
Yeah.
man? Okay.
Guidance.
Appreciate it. Ooh, that is a natural 19, plus 4 from guidance, plus 0 for history, for a total of 23.
So, Xander, despite the fact that this is a metal, or ish metal, that comes from Kelmra, you can tell that this is made out of a lycerite-infused alloy. Lycerite is a mineral, a gem, that only comes from license.
Is lycerite the substance that also can be substituted for material components of equivalent value?
Yes.
Okay. That is interesting.
There are some that meld lycerite with metal to make it more receptive to enchantment. Or just to make it stronger. In fact, a lot of soldiers in license have lycerite-infused armor to help them better resist spells. Or, for those that cast them, better cast spells.
Interesting. I'm going to relay that to the party as well. It kind of seems like we got all we're going to get here.
I did lie. I have one last question, but it's a quick one. Can she give us a list of her customers if she keeps track of that at all?
Oh, like a ledger. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, she'll, she'll go into, the actual shop proper, and she'll, grab her ledger, and then you'll see her, put on the counter, and then you'll see her, look at it and, focus for a second. And it glows red, and then you see, fucking, I can't remember if it's mitosis or osmosis, another book come out of it and then slide over to the side next to it.
Sick.
And she takes the one that, slid out and hands it to Vivian.
Great. She's just giving it to me? I can have it?
Yeah, she literally copied it, basically.
Oh, hell yeah.
She pirated her own book. That's crazy.
Man. Yeah, great. We'll take that. And I'm also going to ask for a list of other magic shops, because we're going to do the same thing there. See if this scroll was purchased in town.
There's one in the upper city, but since Skymount is so goddamn big, it would take you almost a day to get there.
Guess it's convenient that we left ourselves a couple days.
Yeah, but if you can go to... Hold on, let me go look this up, because I did this. I actually did. It sounds like I'm being, like, fucking...
Really, the good news is that we have a lackey who will do what I tell her to, so we can send her up there to go check.
I also think it might be worth it to check out if the Adventure Guild has like a registry or something.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta check that.
Because Templars, I imagine, are quite rare.
Why are we just assuming that these people are gonna give us this shit? Like,
They're very
honestly,
persuasive.
I feel like asking for a registry of, like, an adventure guild is, like, a good way to be put on some kind of list.
Yeah, like the list that we're looking for.
Sure, we can figure it out.
And
I think if we go there and we tell them specifically that the person who did this is likely responsible for the death of 4 adventurers, they'll be more likely to help us too.
And what about the other, like, magic shops?
That's an Aerithil problem. Hey, you know what? There comes a time where you have to stop holding her hand, and I have utter faith that she can figure it out.
Grab the book and run.
Hey, I mean, if that's what it takes.
Yeah, you could always go to Ballistic Imports. That's another one.
Any chance you could... Are you friendly with Listic Imports at all?
Me and the shopkeeper don't necessarily know each other very well. I just know that the shop exists.
They likely know of you too. Would it be helpful or harmful if you wrote a letter explaining why someone would be asking for their registry?
He, like, ponders a moment and says, well, I'd rather write one and it do something than not write one and you'll need it, so... He'll, grab, like, some parchment and a pen and start writing out. And she writes for, like, maybe a minute and then hands it to you, Vivian.
Great, yeah. Fold it up and take it with me. Great. Anything else we need from Mama V?
I do not believe so.
I got nothing. All right. So yeah, in that case, we'll I'll say apologies. I would stay for tea, but it appears that we now have things to do. I'll pull out one of the what is it? I give her 3 copper. I'll pull out one of my uses of Death's Kiss tea and hand it over to her. Say, this is from a friend in the Aether Spine. Apologies that we cannot stick around.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Yeah, and we... Oh. Did y'all want to shop while we're here? You want to shop? I'm not going to stop you from shopping. Mama V, would you consider opening for business for us?
Oh, I see no harm in it.
Great.
Although, my restock is tomorrow, but I still have some things left.
While they're shopping, I'm gonna go to the Adventure Guild.
Right, I'm gonna mute real quick while I type in what she has available.
While you're typing that, can you also give us the description of the perpetrators?
I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Xander.
I think myself also go with Xander. And Johnny.
Emiko, would you like to come back tomorrow when the rest of the stuff is here?
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back.
No worries. Oh, but real quick.
She pulls out a gun.
She's
No.
got a gun.
Since Emiko seemed so dejected, that she was like not fully stocked because she wasn't open all day, she like reaches under the counter and like grabs something from under, and it looks like a bottle with like a bright purple liquid in it, and she hands it to Emiko.
I would go to like open it and smell it. What does it smell like? Can I make a medicine check to see if I know what this is? If
Yeah.
it's like a healing potion or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Uh, 22.
Yeah, you actually... You think you know what this potion is. You, like, kind of smell it, and it does smell like some of the herbal remedies that your monastery would use for, like, sleep potions, but there's a little something extra in it. You kind of also get the revitalizing, aspects of, like, a health potion, and I'll type in what little potion she gave you. I'll make it the first thing in loot, so that way you know what it is.
There's no potion of long rest in a bottle.
Can I taste it? If will tasting it do anything?
No,
It's
but here, hold
NyQuil.
on.
You pass out.
Yeah, I'm supposed to like stick her tongue in the neck of the bottle to like taste it.
It is fucking pure methamphetamine.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Pass it over.
It's catnip.
Remember, kids, if someone offers you drugs, say thank you, because they're expensive.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you taste it, and it kind of tastes like cotton candy ice cream, but like not with the same thickness. It's very sweet.
Looks like the lower form that I pass out.
I mean, kind
Gotcha.
of. Like, that's not an entirely inaccurate statement.
Yeah. You just dipping your tongue in is not enough to make you fall asleep, but you do feel like a wave of exhaustion, not mechanical exhaustion. Like hit you. It looks like someone flicked you in the middle of the forehead and you kind of like get woozy for a second, but then like immediately you feel normal again. When you do that, you see Mama V like hold her hands out as if ready to like run around from the other side of the counter and catch you. She goes, "Oh well, oh okay."
Whoa, whoa. What was that?
I was gonna explain it to you, and then I was worried I was gonna have to catch you. It is called a Potion of the Dreamer. I rarely get them in stock, but also rarely can anyone ever afford them. So it puts you into a magically induced, exactly 10-minute little nap, and after that 10 minutes, you feel fully refreshed.
That's wow. That's actually really good. Not for me personally, but That could be very helpful in my party. How much is it? I already licked it. So technically it's already mine, but I don't want to like steal it from you, so
Oh no, that was a gift.
really? How much do you normally sell them for?
Normally, they're 200 gold pieces a bottle.
Whoa, I don't feel comfortable getting a gift like that.
Oh,
We
well,
we appreciate you making amends for us
I mean, I'll
having
take
to
it.
put down sugar. It seems a fair recompense.
Emiko, if you're not comfortable taking it, you can give it to me.
No, you should give it to me.
Oh Jesus.
uh,
I mean,
but she holds up her hand and goes, "Please, considering that you are probably going to be going on your merry way, I won't know unless you have some desire to tell me if this is something you'll see through, so consider it as payment for if you ever find the person who stole it. Because they've caused a lot of harm."
uh, in that case, great, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mama V. We'll be on our way. And we head out. As we get outside, though, I do kind of shuffle up next to Emiko, and I say, if you give that to me, I can learn how to make it, and I can make it more.
Really?
Yeah.
If you give it to me, I'll drink it right here, right now.
Yeah, give it to me.
You're sleeping all the time. You don't need a potion to help you do that.
That's a good point. If you give it to me, I will not drink it right here and right now. But I don't know how to make it either, so you should probably give it to Vivian. But it's up to you. You can do what you want.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
Can I just hold it for a minute? Can I just hold it for a second? I just want to look it over.
No. Personally, I think Vivian should have it anyways. But if she learns how to make it, we can distribute a part of all of you that can't really work as fast as we can. So she hands it to Vivian.
I just want a little taste. Vivian.
No.
Can I have a little finger drop? Emiko got one.
And I almost passed out.
Okay, and I won't. Because I'm special. Not Vivian.
I'm pretty sure I have a better constitution than you do.
Johnny pulls out a very tiny spoon.
He's always sleeping. All the time.
This belonged to a dead man.
What will this do to him?
And now, I would like to use it to sample that potion.
Vivian has already taken the potion and is like 30 yards away.
Johnny is sprinting.
Give me the potion!
Mr. Phage, no. I need as much of it as possible in case I need to make multiple batches or to figure out what I'm doing.
A single drop, please.
As much as possible.
Please, Vivian. Please, Vivian.
As much as possible. I need every drop.
You can spare
every drop. I can spare 0 drops.
You probably lost like 3 drops. Just Emiko
and
is
I
sticking
cannot afford to lose a
little debaucherous tongue into it. Oh. Okay, but will you promise me that when you've learned it and you can synthesize it, that you'll give me a taste?
Would you like to be my second test subject? The first test subject is always Gale.
I would love to be your second test subject if it means I get to taste that potion.
You do? Well, you won't get to taste this one. You'll get to taste the one that I make.
But after you make that one, can I taste the original too?
If I have any drops left, yes, you can have it.
Okay. Deal. Now, before we go to the Adventurers Guild, I do need to get something.
If it's a fucking drop of this potion, I swear to all the gods.
Okay. Now let's go to the Adventurers Guild, but before that, I need to get 2 things.
What is it?
Johnny's gonna go buy a lead box. What's just a lead box cost?
Probably like, I don't know, 20 GP.
Deal. I spend my own money, not party gold fund.
Wow. So generous.
Hey, you finally got your box.
That is true. Oh,
You have a box.
Just being reminded of the box and now not getting a drop of the potion. This world is truly cruel.
there are many different shades of evil. I'm still walking.
And
Great.
when we get to the Adventurers Guild, going to stick the twine into the box, close it, then cast Locate Object, searching for... So the spell can locate a specific object known to you, as long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once, or the nearest object of a particular kind. So I am going to search for that specific type of twine. Johnny will make it specific enough that it can really only be recognized as that form of twine.
What is the range on locate object?
Far.
1,000 feet.
You don't sense any nearby.
No is still an answer, so that's okay.
Awesome. We'll keep that up. Let me know if I get anything.
Cool. Yeah, and you go back to the Adventurers Guild. There's not as many individuals here as in like people that are sitting at like the desk and stuff. Like half the lights are turned out. You know, most of the torches are not lit except for the side of the building that individuals are at. The guy that you know, Feindar, is no longer there. Well, he's technically the Merchants Guild, but whatever. He just sometimes gives jobs to adventurers. But there are a few individuals there.
Do we see anybody in the Adventurers Guild that looks like one of the perpetrators?
No.
It's upsetting.
Well, I thought it'd be just like, oh, hey, it's John from the market.
Yeah, like, there's a few people picking up or returning jobs, and then they, like, leave. There's a Hyur woman sitting behind one of the desks, and her bags have bags.
Delightful. Let's go talk to the person in charge who hands out the missions. Because if adventurers came into town, they definitely got jobs. Especially if they traveled a long way.
Yeah, the Hyur individual that I described is one of the people that hands out or pays for jobs. And currently she's, like, filing a finished job and writing stuff down.
And charisma people.
Yeah, basically, Xander's just gonna... trying to think. I feel like just the best way to approach this is just be like, hey, here's what the fuck happened. We need to find this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I think that's what Xander's gonna do. Just give her the details. Hey, we know a Templar broke into this fucking shop. And as a result, 4 adventurers died.
He, blinks a few times and says, so are you trying to see if someone who matches those descriptions took jobs here?
Yes. And hopefully, if they did, they're currently on another one and we can know their approximate whereabouts so we can confront them without too much collateral damage.
That would have been in Monoceros if you said it was roughly a month and a half ago, correct?
Yes.
Give me one moment. And she stands up and walks away and behind like a little like iron gate. Obviously this is the area that, you know, people can't just walk into, and she's gone for like 10 minutes.
Vivian will summon a spider and send it after her as a familiar, and I will watch through the spider senses.
Yeah, you see her go into this room that has like shelves with mini drawers that go almost, it seems like impossibly high. And you see her like looking at like drawers marked with like the dates of the year, and she goes, Monoceros, there it is. And she pulls it open and looks into it and just says, description, Templar, no, maybe this, no, I know who they are, party of 4, and she pulls out a folder and kind of looks at it, like squints, and says, well, the Cure and Half-Orc are correct on this one. She grabs that file and then like closes the drawer, and then she like, you see her write on a ledger that she has like taken this file out, and then sign Penny. Okay. And then she like clutches it to her chest and she walks out.
Great. Spider comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, and when she returns, she goes, so I do have this. However, when this job was accepted, 2 of the party members were not present. So the other 2 had to sign for them, and also meaning that if anything illegal happened, that they took the full responsibility of their party members. So you said that there was definitely a half-orc and definitely a Hure, correct?
Yes.
Yes. This, however, is the only job that, any adventurers under that description have taken, and this was in Monoceros.
Well,
They
take a look.
They did, however, collect payment in Cyrus, only a few days after, and then they have not come back since. The job that they took was to clear out a group of roaming bandits at the license, actually at the 3-Point Horizon, which, if you don't know, that is the area in which Viron, Farwood, and Northreath all meet to a point at the lower border of license. It's where all of those kind of converge in one place. There was a group of bandits bothering that area of the topmost of Skymount, just outside the city where the points converge. But they collected payment and then, I don't know, probably left town, I guess, if they were adventurers.
How was the job handled? Did they fully eradicate these bandits, or did some of the bandits survive?
According to the reports, none of the bandits survived, and I don't actually have anything else in this record. What is this? And she's like kind of like peering at the paper. That shouldn't be par. Huh. Whoever filed this did a horrible job. The report is just very short. There's nothing, like, wrong with it, but... just didn't get a lot of information. Yes, it says that none of the bandits survived, that they returned within a timely manner. Very short to when the deed was going to expire and then be rewritten. Because if adventurers take too long on certain jobs, we re-put it out for someone else to take. But it looks like they did it just in time. And once again, when they collected their payment, only 2 out of the 4 party members were present. So we had to compensate them for the 4, but only 2 of them were present. Which I'm going to type their names in chat real quick. Which their names were Uthrak and Amalia.
Amalia. We've heard that name before, haven't we?
Yes. I vaguely remember that name. I don't remember where I heard it, but I do remember that name.
I'm looking in the notes.
Could just be a case of like somebody having the same name as somebody else, but Jazz typically avoids that.
If we have heard that name before, I don't have it written down.
Yeah, I don't remember Amalia.
For Amalia, I mean, Uthrak's kind of, I don't want to say a given, but it sounds like the half-orc, but who would Amalia be? Who we know?
That would
Probably.
be the apprentice mage.
Yeah, the Hjord.
Very nice, did all the talking. And I'm sorry, how long ago was this? And you said they went to Monoceros and then collected payment in Cyrus a few days later.
Oh, so those are the months of the year.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, that was the time frame. For instance, your adventure started on the 2nd of Cyrus, just for a time frame of how long ago that is. But yeah, near the end of Monoceros is when they took that job, and they were like cashed it in is somewhere in the beginning of Cyrus.
So would they have been in the city? Based on this information, would they have been in the city around the time that the artifact was stolen?
More than likely, yes.
Okay.
Xander is going to explain to you. Said her name was Penny.
Yeah.
Xander is going to say, "We have reason to believe that these individuals are either currently in possession or formerly in possession of an artifact that is not entirely under the control of the user, that awakens nearby beasts and potentially plants, giving them sentience, and one of them was responsible for the deaths of many people. These individuals, if they still carry this artifact, are inadvertently highly dangerous just because of that, but also obviously their willingness to break into a established shop and form this sort of heist. Now, I'm not sure the customs here as to how connected the individual offices of the Adventure Guild are here within Kelmra, but I would strongly recommend, as an adventurer myself, that these individuals be frozen for now, as far as being able to take any more jobs or accept payment.
Well, by the looks of it, they haven't accepted any more jobs in the area. They might have just been stopping by for quick money. Considering that the job posting they took was a public posting, meaning that anyone can take them as long as they give us their name. For instance, just because she, like, lifts up another, thing, like the one that she was working before. For instance, there are some jobs that only, I guess the best word would be trusted, because they don't have to be members of the Knights or even affiliated with them, but there are some jobs that are only allowed to be taken by, I guess the best way I would put it is known individuals, but adventurers come through all the time, and they have to take jobs that are basically allowed to people that we don't know. In order to have access to these jobs posted by the Knights, they have to be registered with the Adventurers Guild or registered with the Knights. So if these individuals were still in town, they haven't been working, so they might not be in town anymore.
Well, I'm also meant
You said
the other branches of the Adventure Guild in the other countries, Lyron, license, etc.
That would be an individual country and sometimes city basis. The Adventurers Guild differs based on what country it resides in.
Not a unified guild?
Correct. Sometimes so distinct that it'll even be on a citywide basis.
That's fine. You said that they have to register with a guild to take the public jobs. Do you have their registration information?
Oh, they have to register with the Adventurers Guild to take the jobs posted by the Knights.
But not the public jobs they took, understood. Did they give a group name?
She looks back at the paper and kind of squints. No unified name, just the names of the individuals.
Who took this report?
Let me look. And she, like, goes through a few more pages. Sorry, I feel like I'm about to burp and it's really gross because I've been munching on pretzels. Hold on.
Beer and pretzels.
Lol.
Baseball special.
It looks like this report was taken by Reeves. He usually works in the morning.
Did you meet Reeves?
No.
But I suppose we'll come back in the morning. Thank you for your help, Penny.
Yeah, oh, of course.
Also,
Guinevere,
just in
questions
case,
to you.
just in case I have any more questions in the future, would you be so kind as to, Xander's going to pull out the Book of Shadows and he's gonna, just write, not a super detailed account of, like, the conversation, but, you know, accurate enough to be referenced later. He's going to slide it across the counter to Penny, and there's a spot for a signature, and he's going to ask, would you mind just signing off on this and making sure that your account is accurate, that my account of these details is accurate to the best of your knowledge, just in case I need to have a similar conversation with the Adventure Guild in License or, you know, wherever else these nefarious individuals might have gone.
She, like, reads it over, and says, I can't sign any unauthorized documentations, but I can write something on my end and have it stamped with our Adventurers Guild. Stamp.
I assure you I would not ask this of you if it was not utmost importance and benefit to us both. After all, if these individuals somehow have access to information that they're not supposed to, any official channels could be a liability in the long run.
I can guarantee you that a writ officially from the Adventurers Guild is more valuable than something written in your spellbook, unfortunately. Since that is not official documentation, no Adventurers Guild would accept it even if it's not from their country.
Right, but this is...
Also, writs are not tracked.
That's very fair, so perhaps we get the writ as well for the Adventurers Guild, and then I have the signature here in case I need to go to more authoritative channels, the Knights of Palor, or, God forbid, the Silverbanes.
Make me a persuasion check, Xander.
That is a natural 16... Plus... Jesus, I think it's plus 7?
Has Xander ever done this before?
No. 24.
Okay.
Yeah, she will get out, like, another piece of parchment that seems to already have stuff written on it, and, like, sign it. And then she will, write her initials in your book.
So she signed it and gave me initials?
Yeah, well, she signed her writ and then wrote her initials in your book.
Would that satisfy the conditions of my Eldritch Invocations?
I don't know what your Eldritch Invocation is.
So, there is one specifically for Pact of the Tome Warlocks, that anybody who willingly signs my Book of Shadows, I am able to cast Sending for free to that individual without expending a spell slot. For instance.
Yeah. That would count for it. Basically, you can see what she's doing is she's essentially making sure that you cannot cost her her job.
Understood. Yeah, no, that is absolutely fair. As long as it counts in the eyes of my mother, that is all I care about.
Yeah, it counts for the effect. However, like, if you tried to be like, you're a person, now she technically didn't break any rules, but if you tried to be like, she broke the rules, they'd be like, that's not her signature, though.
Yeah, no, this is, I'm doing some shady warlock shit. Alright, and thank you very much for your cooperation, Miss Penny. I hope in the future we have a discussion over much brighter circumstances. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good day. And then she, like, immediately goes back down to working on the, thing that she was working on before.
Hell yeah. I like how all of the other players in chat were like, you sneaky fucker.
Okay. In our defense, you could have said, if you sign this, it lets me cast Sending to you. Instead, you were like, please, I need you to sign this. It's super. Oh, you have another thing? Actually, I'm going to need you to step outside company rules just this onesies, please. It's super duper important.
I know
I was
what
like,
you were.
what is Allie doing?
I knew what you were doing was warlock evocation shit, but for some reason I thought it was way worse than that. I'm looking through them now to see if I like misremembered or if I can find the one I'm thinking about. But like, I was worried you were doing some fucking creepy ass motherfucking shit.
Oh, this will definitely come back to bite her in the ass later, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, not that I want to give someone my phone number that I cannot block. But like, so I get it why you're being sneaky about it. It just, I didn't know where you were going. I was super excited. Great. Anything else we need from the Adventurers Guild?
Not until tomorrow.
Great. Let's go back to the tavern then.
Yeah, by this point it's like 10 p.m. So, it's getting pretty late. 4 hours till midnight.
Great. Yeah. Back to the tavern.
Yeah, of course, at the Yawning Dragon, it is much more full at nighttime. Is there anything you all want to do before you settle down for a long rest?
Freaking contest!
Mickey was ready for that.
I'll officiate.
Everyone.
All right, yeah. Who's drinking with Emiko?
While y'all are doing
Oh,
that, I'm gonna
Johnny,
go
obviously.
for a bit.
Johnny. All right, who else?
Fucking everybody, get down here, get to this bar. Okay?
I think Lascelles will look at Jay and kind of.
It's a liquid. It can fit through the holes in the helmet. We can get it in. We can get it in.
What's the
Sit
word
down.
about that? It's whether or not the ethics of it.
Yeah, thanks too much.
You're in a
Hey,
bar.
drinking can never be a bad thing. Sit, everybody.
That's Groot's presidential slogan.
Okay, we're all gonna drink. Have a
Yeah?
drinking contest.
At first, I was going to say no, but no one else was
Yeah.
excited enough, so I'm also in.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Aerithil's
All right.
Sure,
right
we
here.
all drinking.
Aerithil. Oh, yeah. She goes, me?
Aerithil's not invited.
Aerithil
Oh.
is invited. I throw something at you.
Oh, I've never had alcohol before.
Well, this is a great time to learn.
That very well said, like the natural is good.
No better way to start than by binge drinking.
Hey,
President.
welcome to college.
I didn't drink in college. I was too poor.
Damn, ain't that the fucking mood?
Yeah.
up?
I mean, you still went to college.
Yeah, I need everyone who's participating to make me a round of Constitution saving throws.
It would be unfair for me to participate
Why? Get in
Why?
here.
because I can just
You
I
give
can
us-
just avoid being drunk pretty easily. As
Yeah, but that's
Then
cheating.
just don't. Just don't.
Yeah, just don't.
Yeah,
Just don't.
lay on hands is an automatic.
sorry, is the temptation's too great.
Wow.
Oh my god.
All right, well, you better
I mean,
save
if
it
you
for us
did-
all before we go to bed so we're not all hungover in the morning.
I'll
Yeah.
Lady
I'll
Reverie did it
mediate.
for you when you were an asshole. So you better do it for us when we're friends.
I'll mediate.
Okay.
All right, so
Or
we
officiate, I
got
guess whatever you want to call it.
a 22.
Oh,
Uh,
oh no.
oh no. But this is only round 1, so
Oh my god, if I lose to Aerithil, I'm killing everyone in this room.
Sorry about that, guys. I got a bowl of cereal. I heard we're doing a drinking contest.
Yeah, roll.
It's okay, but smaller bodies get drunk faster.
Fucking.
Emiko's doing fine.
I got a
Con
natural
save.
19.
all right. So, is that a 25 for Johnny?
Yeah, it is a 25 for Johnny. The highest roll, actually. Interestingly
Wow,
enough.
well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. I worked
Yeah.
pretty hard on that.
Yeah. Everyone beat the DC because it's really low for the first one. It was a 5. So all of you succeed. However, Johnny is the technical winner of this round.
Boo.
How do you
The only
determine
round
winners
that
of the
matters
round?
is the last one. Keep it
The highest roll.
Whoever
Also,
looks
he got
best after throwing it back.
Yeah. Also, he got a fucking nat 20. So I feel
I
like
mean, yeah, but we don't know that.
yeah.
All right,
Oh, I also have
Roger.
Aura of Protection. I can't turn that off either.
well,
Oh,
if
yeah.
we all
We
get
all
it,
get
then
it.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
If we all get it,
Okay.
no one gets it really.
A +3, right?
So
Is it-
to
yeah,
separate it out. Yeah, we'll do this best out of 5. So round 1 goes to Johnny. So we got a 15, a 13, a 13. Ooh.
All right, are we adding Jay's thing or not? Because if we
Yeah,
all
we
add
are.
+3, why are we adding +3 at all?
because we have the effect. Do you have any
Sure.
other questions?
It's actually a 16 then. I guess
in
it
that
does
case, I'm
help
not
if we
using a
have a
skill
DC
point.
we need to beat anyway. You are correct, Johnny.
As always.
That's the way it said.
Okay, a 15. Okay, a 17, a 16, a 13, a 19, an 8, and a 22.
I hope the NPC can only take 2 shots. One shotgun.
Yeah. So
She's doing her best.
yeah. However, the DC for that one was 10. So all of you succeed, but round 2.
Erithil dies of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, no,
No.
Erithil takes her second shot and she goes, I think I'm done.
Don't
I'm
pussy
done.
out, Erithel.
Okay.
We're celebrating.
She's also as skinny as a twig, so like you can see her face is
Sure.
already red.
I'm 3 feet tall.
Right.
We all got issues.
Johnny slams his hand on the table. Another round, please.
All right, let's make our third round.
Oh no. Oh no.
Holy shit!
I would just like to say I got a +7 to this.
Wait, you know what? I forgot about a certain something. My
Plus
answer-
30.
I did forget about the +30.
26.
All right, so we got a 26, a 19, a 14, a 16, a 21, and a 20. So the DC was 15. So Vivian, you are a little drunky. It's finally hitting.
I could fucking do this all day. She's looking
Johnny
in the
getting a
wrong
little
direction.
buzz. Turns to Vivian. Says, "You should have given me a drink of that potion. I deserved it."
I'll give you a drink of your ass if you keep
Yeah.
talking to me like that, you spooky giant. Get the fuck away from me.
Okay, well, I'm
Giant, what the
sorry,
hell?
but I really wanted to try it.
Try this instead. Take
Oh,
another
no.
shot.
Things.
So Vivian, on the next roll, you will have a -2 penalty. We're going
Okay.
on to round 4. This one's the kicker. It's
So
not really. It's round 4 to 5.
DC 20 now?
Yeah.
Alright.
Come on! Oh,
No, we tied.
Huh.
Fuck you! There!
I got a natural 20!
Is Erithil still
So
going?
did I.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Would it
She
be allowed to
is.
pull out a soul point now?
She
Take your
also,
dick. No.
however,
So she also did not make it.
yeah. So that means that the only people this round
Actually-
who passed.
can I use my bardic, my one use bardic inspiration on this?
Well, why are you crying? Stop crying. You're psycho.
You're
Uh,
a
no,
sparkler.
it's fine.
If you really want to. All right. So that means that Xander is the winner of this round.
Hell yeah.
That's 3, isn't it?
That's
this
4.
this was 4 because Xander 2.
Well, he's won 3 of them, hasn't he?
No, he's only one.
I believe Lysel won the
Okay.
last one.
Oh, got it.
All right. So
How did Erithil and I just die?
no, but now you get a -4 to the roll.
Hell
But
yeah.
this one, this one, the DC isn't 25. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to tell you the DC this time. It won't go up by 5 though. It'll go up by a
Do
certain
it.
amount.
Holy!
By 28.
Okay.
If it goes up by more than 2, I physically cannot pass.
I can't pass anyways. Unless it only goes up by like 3. Oh my god.
Oh my
Dude.
god!
What the fuck is this? There we go.
I was trying to figure
Okay.
out how you got a plus 28 to your save, but I was very impressed.
Okay.
Get fucked.
Alright. So... Lysel, Xander, and Vivian all succeed. Oh, I didn't roll for Aerith, though.
Oh no, wait, I'm a liar. I forgot I have a -4. I actually failed.
No.
Never mind.
Alright, so Lysel and Xander both succeed. But Lysel with a fucking 30. So now the score.
I'm just saying, Vivian, when we find the people that stole that artifact, I'm gonna turn their insides into outsides. And
All
by
right.
that, I mean I'm gonna kill them.
So, now we're going to do what I call instant death, except you guys are not going to die.
Oh, got it. Well, good thing I have a bar backed up. Holy.
This is Xander against Lysel. So I need both of you to each make me 3 con saves, and then I want you to put them in chat in order.
That's not a great roll.
And now, like, some people have collected around the bar. The bar that's playing music is actually, like, played music to be more tense. And there are people going, drink, 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 drink.
I thought you were saying Drake.
No, drink. With an accent.
This is so tense. Ooh.
Ooh, I think myself just won.
I mean, I beat 2 of their rolls, I'm just saying.
What?
Yeah.
They beat 2 of your
You beat
rolls.
1. What?
Yeah, they
You
beat
got the
2.
first one. You lost the second one. You lost the third one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs. No, I don't have that spell.
wow.
I don't have that spell. I don't have that spell. I'm joking.
I resisted this whole time.
That was also resistant.
I will.
We
I
didn't even
will.
realize we were in like a nuclear Cold War. Silvery barbs.
I will cast Fireball unless. No, I'm kidding.
Fair.
Alright, I
So-
gotta go hydrate while you guys are fucking drinking.
So basically, what happens is that the barkeep sets 3 shots down in front of the both of you, and the goal is that you have to down them as quickly as possible, and you both go for it. The first one, Xander, just filled with determination, just downs it, no problem, and Lysel, like, their hand shakes a little bit, and they get it down, but, like, their face is puckering, and they're like, oh, that's so rich. Second one, however, though, Xander maybe threw the last one back a little too quickly. And he's like kind of woozy, but he takes the second one, but Lysel just kind of goes, no, fuck it, do it, and downs it. And then the last one, you both look at each other and you pick up your shots and you take it the exact same time. And both of you remain very strong, but Xander, you feel this warmth spread from your chest all the way to the top of your head to the bottoms of your shoes, and you just have to lay your head down. It is too much, and Lysel, though, you remain the victor, and the crowd starts just going insane. There are people starting their own drinking contests in your honor, and they're like, drink, drink, drink! Someone, like, fucking, like people are going insane. There are people like play fighting, not like an actual bar fight, but like play fighting in the background. Like there are people that made bets and are now like tossing like copper and silver to one another after seeing who won. And then all of you are drunk as hell.
I do have one thing real quick. After Xander takes that last shot and, he kind of like swaying a bit and, he feels that warmth spread, he kind of leans in close to Lysel and he says, it's very confusing to me and I don't fully understand why, because normally the preference is you're actually incredibly attractive, and then he falls out of the chair unconscious on the floor.
I think Lysel being this woozy from all the alcohol, all the spirits that are like flitting about their skin are like practically a strobe light at this point, just flitting back and forth, just all these colors swirling around. When normally they're very sudden, not as agitated. He goes, that was a bit. Oh, it's loud in here.
There are no winners in a drinking game. Just a bunch of drunk assholes.
Joe, I need your help on a solemn quest. Can you help me?
Also, real quick, roleplay amongst yourselves, because I also am gonna go get a drink.
Oh, well, then let me use the bathroom. Alright, 1 second.
Vivian, can you help me with something?
Vivian is face down on the table. Her face is like, her cheek is smushed up against her face. The hat is also like pressed up. Gale is currently on her shoulder with both arms out, like she's like trying to hold on, like in balance up there, because she is still being Vivian's eyes. And so if Vivian moves, Gale falls off, and then Vivian gets really dizzy. So Vivian just has like her face down. So what do you want, Johnny?
Johnny takes Gale. I'm just gonna leave Vivian.
Okay, you grab Gale, and she disappears in your hand and reappears on Vivian's shoulder.
No!
Why you stop it?
Oh, if that's how it is. Johnny's gonna pick up Vivian so that he can have Gale.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Okay. Because
Johnny, I don't think that's a good idea.
There you are, Lysel. Lysel, I need your help. You gotta come with me.
You know what? It's probably better than being in here.
Yeah.
Get
Xander. Can you get Xander on your back? It's really important.
I don't think I could carry him, but I could certainly try.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. That's all you have to do in the pursuit of evil.
You go to grab Xander and he just starts fucking levitating.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Arethel, she's passed out on the table. Arethel.
You don't need to worry about her. She's fine.
Arethel.
She'll be okay.
What's wrong with Arethel?
Okay.
What?
Everyone.
Arethel,
What?
I'm proud of you.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad.
Right, yeah, Johnny's gonna take Xander and Vivian and everybody else, and gonna go to the tower. Going to ascend the tower, and Johnny is going to tie Xander by his ankles to the tower, pants down,
What?
upside down.
Hold on, is everybody still fucking drunk? Hold on, I have like an obligation here. I'm gonna start
And then,
sobering people.
No, please. I won't be able to do this once you do that.
Good.
He's gonna go down the tower, and Vivian still on his shoulder.
Yeah. She's like,
And he looks over. He kind of does the thing where when you're about to take a picture, you put your fingers up the sort of box shape to get the framing right, and then he takes the painter supplies and he sketches the scene. But of course, he's drunk and doesn't know how to paint, so it is 4th grade work at best. And then he'll put it away, and he will leave to the tavern, seemingly forgetting about Xander.
with Xander still hanging from a tower naked.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
Lysel's gonna grab him. I think like she would help him get him up there, and then be like, "No, wait, why are we
So much
doing
less
this?"
entertaining. Just leave him.
He's-
Just leave him.
He's gonna die if you leave him upside down.
He's not gonna die. It's temperate.
He's gonna blood's gonna rush to his head.
He has no blood. He's a
What do you
Duresi.
mean?
There's
What?
just rocks. There's just rocks in his body. There's just rocks.
No.
Now I'm gonna
There's
sober you
rocks
up
in
in
his
real
body.
life. What the fuck?
How?
Vivian's
Yeah.
on your shoulder, and she's like, Johnny.
All right, Vivian. I'm gonna close my eyes, and you have to do for me what Gale does for you. Okay?
Johnny.
Johnny slams into a wall. Oh fuck!
Johnny.
Oh, you're doing a horrible job.
I'm sorry. Johnny,
It's okay. Yeah,
do you think anyone will ever love me?
I love you.
Whoa.
What?
That means a lot.
Why? Johnny is
Hey.
gonna like
Hey,
turn
Johnny.
Vivian over and
Hey,
like
Johnny.
hold her up like a newborn in the air. Yeah,
Hey.
Vivian.
Hey, Johnny.
Why? Why don't you think anyone loves you?
Huh?
Why don't you think anyone loves you?
You just said you love me?
Yeah, but before that, you
What?
feel he brings Vivian really close to his face. Not in a,
You're
like an intimate manner or anything, just in a sort of
Believe it or
inspecting
not,
manner.
holding me like a baby and then holding it up to your big creepy face does not feel particularly intimate.
And you can smell the alcohol on his breath.
Oh, it's right back.
What reason would a perfect creature like you have to feel unloved?
Huh? She blinks. You put me down.
Not until you answer the question.
I don't remember it.
Me neither,
I don't remember.
but I still need to answer it.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, Johnny will put Vivian down.
She lays down. Just on the sidewalk.
And Johnny, looking down at Vivian, thinks for a moment and then says, I love all of our party members. And
Yay.
he will lay down alongside Vivian and pass out.
Great.
Is Xander still hanging on the tower?
No, Lysel got him down. Like
You
I think
you try
Johnny.
you untie him and he just floats away.
Well, no, I don't untie him from the tower. I untie the tower from him, and then just use it like a balloon, a weird rock balloon.
Where do you take him after?
Just
I
release
think
him. See how high he goes.
nah. I think Lysel's gonna walk past Johnny and Viv and go back to the tavern to put the sleeping Xander in his room somehow. Maybe go through the window.
Shit. Fucking shit.
I'll try not to use you as a battering ram.
I appreciate that. And Xander's like he's making an expression like he's looking around, but his eyes aren't open.
I just gotta say how big of a fan I am of what Mickey posted in chat. Because there's nothing any of us can do about it.
Nope.
Emiko's gonna die. Emiko's
You
gonna
wanna
be like
share
a
with the
catacomb
class what
Terra
you've done?
story.
Emiko will, after, like, 5 minutes after the drinking contest ended, she slipped out of Johnny's, like, hold and started wandering the streets until she found like a manhole, and she was like, "Did we have like a thing about rats?" And then she climbed into the sewers, and she has been looking for a rat, and she has like 6 of them in her pocket because she thinks they all can speak to her and shit right now.
To be
So
fair,
that's fun.
in 4 character levels, Emika will never again know the experience of getting drunk, so you gotta make him
Yeah.
count
Get it
while you
like
have
again.
it.
Exactly.
You know, some
Yeah,
class
there's-
features are benefits and some of them are curses. I'm just saying.
There's
Yeah.
literally nothing we can do for you.
Literally nothing.
You are just gone.
Okay. We sleep through the night. Johnny can't actually sleep, so he just lays next to Vivian and like stares at the sky until he's sober again. Next day, wake up. Oh shit, no, actually I have a spell scroll to scribe. Can Johnny drunk scribe a spell scroll? Just like next to Vivian? Yeah, he can. Yeah, so he's gonna take the scroll, copy it into his book. It's spread over like 3 pages, ink everywhere.
I was about to say, I
And
mean, that's just a class feature you have, so
6 hours. Great, yeah. And in the morning, he, as Vivian is passed out, he will ritual cast, summon Finders Keepers. And he takes 10 minutes to prepare the incantation, and then at the very end, copying from his book, sobered up now, he says, "Oh, Finders Keepers," and out of like a manhole cover, this little raccoon comes, slipping out. And DM, this is your thing, not mine. So what does Finders Keepers do?
Yeah, so when you cast the spell, Finders Keepers, summon Finders Keepers, more specifically, effectively, you see this glowing raccoon who looks like golden. His fur is golden, and he's wearing a flower crown. And he also has like a little necklace that has like a bone charm on it. And when you summon him, he like waves at you and then just runs away. And he comes back within 10 minutes. Excuse me. And he hands you a minted emerald.
Ooh. Identify? What does it do?
Give me 1 second.
Do you have a spell that just lets you steal something?
The spell that, well, potentially, he goes and finds magic items.
I need you to roll me a d8.
Oh yeah, send me the spell description too, please. The full one. I'll post it. One.
This
Just
thing.
one.
I thought I had done that.
Maybe you have Alzheimer's.
Because... Why can't I find it? Oh my god, hold on. Groove accidentally called me.
Wild.
Just get a formal description.
That means it's in my notes. Let me go back into my Aether Spine thing. But you said you got a 1 on the D8?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he will always... Yeah. But he will always bring you back something valuable. So, since you got a 1 on the D8, this isn't... It isn't magical, although gems can be used to channel magic. But he just brings you back a very, very precious emerald.
Oh. Excellent. And Johnny is gonna then ritual cast Summon Finders Keepers again.
Yeah. When he shows up this time, though, he, looks at you for a second, as if waiting expectantly. Roll me another D8.
It's a 5.
Yeah, he runs away, and this time he is gone for about 8 minutes. And when he comes back, he comes out of the manhole, even though he did not run in the direction of the manhole, and drops in your hand like a tiny... It's not super tiny, it's like a coin purse that fits in the palm of your hand.
Is it magical? Is there anything in it?
Yeah, it has... Sorry. It has 60 gold pieces in it.
Great. Yeah, Johnny's gonna go and sell the gem. How much is the gem worth?
Hey! Knock it off! Going!
Hang on a second, that's mine.
We're not gonna. We have to pawn it quick.
That's mine. No. Hey, how quick can you pay this? Come on.
Sorry.
If it's yours,
Cat
why am I
is
holding it?
deciding that in the last hour of D&D is when he wants to fucking scream.
Finders keepers.
Yeah, the gem is worth 150 gold pieces.
Okay, so all of that going in the party fund, and then how many? Yeah, Johnny's just gonna keep doing it until Vivian wakes up. How many casts can he get in?
Yeah, you start to notice, because again, this is a very unique spell, that the more you cast it, like, it's still something of value, but it's like the less valuable it gets, if that makes sense.
So the in the spell description, can you tell me what like the cooldown is or whatever?
Yeah, I'll write that after I go yell at my cat again.
Okay. Poor cat. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That cat's not sorry. Cats are assholes.
I'm a beast. I'm a creature.
Dirty little beast.
The raw bad boy energy.
Oh, I thought you were going into Mozzie Crosborn there for a second.
Oh, nah.
No.
No. Oh, I'm not going in there, yeah.
We have to have at least one Mozzie Crosborn reference per RollBound session, or I will quit this fucking campaign.
Oh my god.
I honestly am
one
not sure
character
who
that like 3 people know of.
Yeah, as I said, there's only 3 people in this call that understand it.
I
Although, to
know.
be fair, it wouldn't be that hard to figure out what impression Joey is currently doing.
Listen, it's just for me, that bit. It's just for me.
Considering that his name is Mozzie Crosborn, I wonder who that could be.
Hey, Dakota, who could that be?
Huh?
Point made.
Fair. Fair. You know what? You got me there. I didn't factor in people's unwillingness to care.
You know, if I had to put all of the Hans of my friends in a tier list, Dakota's would be at the top for sure.
It literally sounds like fucking.
I mean, at this point, I've gotten tired of going, who's that guy? Or who's that person?
Oh, it's just so
bring it.
efficient. Yeah.
I
I had a friend in high school through no fault of his own. Nice guy. But if you caught him off guard and asked him a question, he would always go, huh? Huh? It was H-E-H.
Waluigi
It
looking
just came out that way. He didn't talk that way normally. It's just how it came out.
Like fucking
I'm
Beetle
gonna be the
from
worst
Zelda.
old person.
Like Beetle from Zelda. He's just. Oh.
That's a different vowel, but yeah.
It's a different vowel. Oh god, this session's falling apart.
I blame Hanzo.
I blame Hanzo.
I mean, we were doing
It is Hanzo's fault.
Let's fucking flay him.
No.
Guys, we need to find Emiko so fast. She's gonna have
Oh,
so many
finders
diseases.
keepers.
I cast Summon Small Kitsune.
It's impossible to find her though, because that spell finds something valuable, and she is priceless.
Oh.
Also not an object, she is a creature, so it wouldn't work. I guess we could find her corpse.
True.
If we
I
like
no
find
longer
out
want
how
to
much
find her.
each organ is worth.
Okay, so like I have many questions about the logistics of this spell. First of all, who determines the worth? Is it GP value? Is that the GP value as seen in Kelmra, Teosia, or the Aether Spine?
It is the value as seen by Chas.
The weight of a single life is no heavier than my spear.
If you're referencing something, it sounds rad, but I don't know what it is, so I'm sorry. It's
You don't
also
want to know
rad.
what it is.
I kind of do. What
It's
is
a
it?
League of Legends character.
It's
You're right, I
Teletubbies.
didn't want to know actually.
Yeah.
Teletubbies.
What a disappointment.
Yeah.
That's a good line, though.
Imagine playing
I don't know
League.
say what it means, but I like it.
Hey, I
It
just
is
wanna...
the only character. It is the only character that actually comes from Earth, which is
Oh.
kind of cool. It's supposed to be like the representation of like a human being in this world that's full of like elves and weird, tiny mages and shit.
I just wanna come out as an official cast member and spokesperson of RollBound Incorporated and say, if you play League, like, you're wrong. Stop that. Get some help.
I play like everything. I'm wrong about all kinds of
Play
shit.
Dota.
I play Dota. I love Dota.
I know, I see it all the time. Joey's playing Dota. Okay.
Oh my god, me too.
You
Dota?
like playing Dota, or you see Joey playing Dota?
I see Joey
Oh.
playing Dota.
I was
okay.
like, damn, okay.
I've almost, I almost have 400 hours in that fucking game.
I believe
No,
it.
for Mickey, it's almost exclusively like Stardew Valley and Palworld and Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah,
It's
I've been
Supermarket Simulator.
Yeah, I've been getting
Yeah.
a supermarket simulator.
I have 1,955 hours in Gary's mod, and I think that's pretty rad.
That is rad. I'm proud of you.
I play so many fucking MOBAs. I have like 900 hours in Smite. I've got 400 hours in Dota. I've probably got
Wow.
over 1,000 hours in Heroes of the Storm and League. Like
I'm gonna-
I just like MOBAs, man.
I'm gonna
If you give me little dudes to attack for money while I fight towers and kill a Nexus, you've won me over.
I'm gonna rewatch Tom Scott Dies now.
What's that?
Okay,
What's going
I'm
on
back.
with this cat.
Hey,
I'm
how's your
back.
cat?
Hanzo has stopped.
Forever.
What did he mean?
No.
Oh no, I love Hanzo.
No, it's fine. We just, removed his vocal cords.
No, they took his swagger.
He needs those.
They took his me and left him with the owl.
No, I just shouted at him and then he walked away. And he was like, "Oh, I'm being yelled at."
I got the attention I deserve.
Oh,
Great. So yeah,
that wasn't even that
Vivian
funny,
wakes
but
up.
that joke fucking killed me.
Vivian wakes
That
up.
is the king of dead jokes.
I'm sorry.
Vivian wakes up. Where's that? Why do you have a raccoon? Ow. Oh, fucking.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Also, whenever the raccoon like runs around or moves, he sounds like he has bells in him. Like he
Oh, I'm gonna
jingles.
kill it. I'm gonna kill the raccoon. I'm gonna kill the raccoon. Give me a knife.
Jingle,
Give me a fucking
Jingle,
knife.
jingle, jingle.
She
Johnny,
tries.
Johnny does give you a dagger, but he's like, no, please don't.
Yeah, she puts it
It's
in her
fine,
hand and just
keepers.
can't move. So she just like weakly holds it up. She's like, fucking kill this raccoon if you don't get rid of it right now.
Okay, finders keepers, you gotta get out of here. But thank you.
I will kill this raccoon so fucking dead. You don't
Yeah,
know
What is
the
wrong with-
last
why,
thing-
why do you want to fucking kill him?
Why
The
are
last
we on the
he hands
sidewalk?
you is 2 gold pieces, and then he nods, salutes, and then disappears.
Oh.
And after Vivian wakes up, real quick, we're gonna pan over to Emiko.
Hey.
Oh
He's dead.
no.
Because several interesting things happen.
Yay.
They're all combats.
For one, when you wake up, you have no idea where you are. And also, you don't know if it's possible to be where you are. Because
What?
everything for you looks upside down.
Am I on the ceiling?
You are.
I think Emiko like stands up, and then it's like that cartoon moment where she's just like, "Huh, I'm upside down. Oh, I'm on the ceiling," and then she plummets into the fucking ground below her.
Yeah, and you also notice that you're not in a sewer.
Oh wait, what the fuck? Where am I?
You hear a voice from... It kind of feels like it's all around you and also, like, far away at the same time. And you hear, I don't think I've ever seen anyone quite that drunk. And this is a voice that you recognize.
Oh hey!
You?
Yeah,
You?
you see, you look like you're in, like, a blank, featureless room, but then you see, like, the walls, in, like, a dreamlike instant, seemingly, like, slide open, but it doesn't, like, it literally doesn't look like a door slides open, it looks like literally the wall just, like, faded away. And you see Kenzo, standing, and he says, "It seems like the effects of your, of the alcohol still affect your dreams." And he, like, crouches down, because you, like, splat on the floor, and he, like, crouches down and looks down at you, and he, like, pokes your ear and just goes, "You okay?"
I think she's gonna like bat his hand away, before holding the thumb up. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And she's gonna stand up. And she's gonna give him a hug.
Oh. Yeah, and at first he's, like, a little surprised, and then he, like, gives you a good squeeze back, and he says, "It's been a few days. But I have been able to reach out once again."
But because I'm drunk, oh my god, if I drink a lot of alcohol, I can talk to you. That seems like a great idea.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but that is a very bad idea, actually. Getting over to you because your mind is not quite intact was very difficult.
Oh. But you just said it was easy? I'm confused.
Nah. When you're someone like me, there's difficulty and lack thereof. It was easy to communicate with you, but hard to get to this spot, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Off topic. I was thinking when I was since the last time I saw you, I was thinking, can I like heal you, or like can I at least try to heal you?
Yeah, because last time when you saw him, he was like covered in bandages that looked freshly bloodied, and he still looks the same way. And he says, when we're like this, I don't suppose there's any harm in trying.
Okay. She's gonna pump. Because I'm assuming I'm passed out in the sewer. I'm gonna pump 8 key points into him of healing. So how many key points is that? Alright.
Yeah.
It's 8d8. Four plus my wisdom modifier, so my wisdom modifier is 4, so 4 times 8. More. It's gonna be 66 points of healing.
Yeah, so you actually see the blood splotches clear up. And he like takes one of his like claws and like cuts away at a bandage to like look underneath it. And he actually looks surprised, like his eyes wide, and he goes, huh. It would seem my wounds are healed. That alleviates a lot of the pain that I've been feeling for... He like kind of looks up and he goes, I don't know how long. Huh. I guess when you are dead, you lose track of time.
Oh, I'm so happy that I can actually heal you. I thought about it and I tried outside, but I guess I couldn't just reach through it. If I can keep doing this every time we can meet, I can heal you well enough so you can figure out a way out of the bracelet.
That would be a sight to see, but I think if anyone could figure out how to do that, it would be you.
Okay.
Have you figured anything out about your affliction, though?
She's gonna look at her arms and see if it's changed at all.
Yeah, it is spread now decently past your wrist.
Okay, not exactly. I talked to a woman about it a bit, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to fix it.
So you have to go back and talk to them again, I suppose?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just like every day that goes by, I figure out a little bit more about myself. Maybe it will just go away on its own.
Maybe. But a little guidance isn't too terrible along the way. Although something concerns me, and we might have to cut our meeting a little short because of it.
What?
He like grabs hold of your hand, and at first it seems like really like nice and tender, but then he like pulls on your arm to like outstretch it, and you see along your arms that there are a bunch of like little red marks, like welts appearing on your arms.
Do I feel like I'm in pain at all?
It does hurt, but it feels like it kind of feels like you are disconnected from that pain. Like, you can feel it now that you see it, but you don't quite understand that it's pain happening to you.
I think Emma's gonna shake her head a bit, and like wince as she's like watching it. It's like, what's happening?
He says, he chuckles a little bit and says, I would call it an advanced version of alcohol poisoning. And then he snaps his fingers and everything starts to fade away in smoke, and you wake up, and while you have gotten the benefits of a long rest, you are being assailed by rats coming out of your pocket.
What?
Get off!
Yeah, and the rest of the party, as you're like playing around with Finders Keepers and he disappears, you all hear from a manhole not far from you, get off! Ow, get off me! Ow!
So it's just the two of us out here. Vivian rolls over and she like goes to stand and then takes a step forward.
Johnny sweeps you off your feet back on the shoulder and is going to dive down the manhole.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, you literally like open the manhole and peek in, and there is...
No, he's not peeking in, he's diving down.
Yeah, you jump in and you land in the water that's up to your knees because you're so tall, and you see that like on like a stone walkway off to the side, Emiko is just being like beaten the shit out of by rats. Not like, it's really not, like, it's enough to hurt, but not enough to like do damage. As they're like, most of them are like biting you and retreating, but then there was a lot of them, so they're just like biting you and like your arms all fucked up.
Vivian is casting cantrips at them while vomiting because she is extremely hungover and in a sewer.
Johnny also firing off cantrips.
Oh my god, that's so loud, bitch! Stop! Johnny! Brother get eaten alive! Stop!
Boom!
Yeah, after maybe about a minute of just like rapid cantrip fire and Emiko going, no, stop! Oh god, stop! No, stop! The rats like either are dead or scurry off into like, you know, whatever nooks and crannies they can find, and you are all just left very awkwardly standing in a sewer. You see that there are people like walking by the manhole, and ever so often they like peek in, like, what the fuck? And then decide it's none of their business, and they go, yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Emiko, are you okay?
No.
Okay, let's get out of here. We escape the sewer. Emiko is just laying down there, huh?
Oh yeah, she is covered in dirt and maybe stuff that she doesn't want to talk about.
Vivian pulls out the bag and just starts like dunks your head in it, your arms, your like feet, everything she can until like most of you is clean as much as possible, but only as much as can fit in the bag. Xander was executed last night, I think. I think they hung his body from a tower.
What?
No. But Lysel made it. I think. We executed Xander? No, hang on.
I'm sorry. What's going on?
Mr. Phage put me down. Emiko, stop fucking screaming.
Yeah, Johnny puts down.
Alright, she walks into the tavern.
Maybe I want to be fucking screaming if you guys didn't shoot all your fucking cantrips down there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Vivian walks upstairs, and she goes and she finds Sir Elwood's room, and she places her head against it and does like a single knock. As Sir Elwood, if I can have your attention, please. Please Please open the door.
Oh. The door opens. Oh, Vivian. Good morning.
She just like reaches up, grabs those like grabby hands for your hand, and like just like holding your hand walks into her room that she shares with Arathil. Is Arathil in there?
Yeah, she is face down in her bed though.
She goes over, takes off her hat, places Jelwood's hand on her head, and says, "Fix her."
You got it. Yeah, I'm gonna lay on hands both Vivian and Arathil.
Hey, while you're at it,
Yeah.
did you do Vivian too?
Yeah, I just said I did.
Oh, he said it.
You mean
Arathil and Emiko.
Did I say Emiko? I meant Vivian.
either way is fine. We need to thank you, Sir Elwyn. Let's go get Xander fixed as well, so that way he can fix Mr. Phage and Lady Emiko, who have spent more than zero amount of time in shit. And we'll slowly get everyone back up.
Yeah, Xander, funny enough,
And
not
I
in
used
his room.
all of my lay on hands hit points.
Does this happen early enough in the morning where we can consider this part of the rest cast?
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Especially since like Joey's intention was to do it the night before. Like I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Let's go get Xander. Make it and press the digitate us.
Xander's on
I
the
can press the
roof.
digitate us.
Oh, perfect, please.
We
Also,
stop
Allie,
smelling
I
like
don't
shit.
know because I could hear through the wall. I don't know if you're just giggling or intend to be talking, but you are muted.
Xander, funny enough, not in his room.
God, he's probably.
Go check in somebody else's
bestie.
room.
He was not in the state. He was not in the state. All right, let's go fucking find Xander.
Yeah.
Let's go find myself.
Emiko's gonna check the roof.
Yeah, he's on the roof. He's passed out, butt naked. His ass is like he's getting like the fucking what do you call it? He's getting the butt tan. His face.
Oh man, you could probably.
Face down in the roof.
Tetris's ass right there.
A fucking
He's getting
hat.
kicked in the
over his
ass
head.
by Emiko.
Okay, he falls
Alright.
off the fucking roof.
Not hard! Just enough
Breaks
to
his
wake
neck.
you up.
All
Play
right,
a
so
bar.
two
Oh!
things. First of all, yes, it's a very nice ass. Second of all, here are your pants. We found them on the stairs up here.
I think when Emiko kicks him, he just says, "Oh, like if it was not so hard." What?
Okay.
What?
There's the pants at you.
He kind of like lifts up the hat and says, "Where the fuck am I?
The roof.
The roof of where?"
Hell.
It feels like it.
It's
So,
okay, I was in the
please.
sewer.
He's gonna take his clothes, hop in the ring, get dressed, come back out. And it's just kind of like he's like very squinted. Hat is on his head in such a way where it's like blocking as much of the sun as possible. And he says,
All right.
"If I ever find the asshole who decided that this whole place needs to be lit up with a giant bowl of fire in the sky, I'm gonna fucking strangle him."
Yeah. Also, it's fucking cold. You're cold. It's very bright out, but you are freezing.
The shrinkage is out of control.
You are so cold right now.
It's fine. Great. So that's most of us. Lysel, 1, which makes me the most worried for them. We need to find Lysel pronto.
The fucking bartender found them and literally buried them outside. Like, no, this person's dead.
All right, yeah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna go to Lysel's room. Do we find Lysel?
No, you do not find Lysel.
God damn it!
Rise and shine, squat, fuck.
So I need.
Yeah.
We need to go find Lysel. Great. Hey, can you locate? Can someone locate object in their bill hook?
Low
Yeah.
chaotic bill hook.
I don't want to spend my precious spell slot on
It's
myself.
rest casting.
Can Johnny, like, ask around? Oh, rest casting? Yeah, fair enough. Okay, yeah. Locate
I'm
objects,
gonna
bill
go
hooks.
downstairs.
Yeah, and where is Lysel?
Lysel's actually just in the room over. Just some complete stranger's room. They thought it was their own room.
Yeah, as you guys are coming back downstairs trying to find you here. How are you? How did you get in here?
This is
I
my
believe I know
room.
what that is.
What?
No, this is my room.
You're really loud. Why are you in my room?
Patter. Myself. What's wrong? I like
This
reach over and
person's in
start
my
like,
room.
try and drag Lysel by the feet, but it's like I'm going nowhere. So
I'm
eventually,
gonna go help.
yeah.
Oh,
the two of us,
great. One on each foot.
yeah, we just yank them out of there.
You bring Lysel out of the room, and for a second they stop. And they go, oh, wait a second. And they run back in the room and come back out with their blowhook.
Okay, good work. How you
Yeah,
feeling,
now
buddy?
the party is reunited and you won't gain the benefits of a long rest officially.
How you feeling? Feel
I
like a winner?
I feel like I had more than enough for all of us, and I'm not referring to you guys.
Oh, I get it, because all the souls that you have with you is clever.
Great. All right.
Was that really not my room?
No, you're one
Yeah.
over, buddy.
Yeah, you look
Close.
at the numbers and realize that you confused the 9 for an 8.
How the fuck do you even do that?
Hey, listen, as somebody who as a former alcoholic in real life, yeah, that's been there.
I also think the audacity of Emiko, who slept in the sewers, asking Lysel how they slept in the wrong room, just like Vivian.
Sorry, I knew what was going on with myself. I knew I was in the sewer.
Okay, great. They knew they were in a room.
Just no, they thought they were in their
I
own
mean,
room.
it had the same layout.
Yeah,
That's
we're in
how-
the
this is-
inn. Of course they did.
This is a tavern. They all have the same layout.
Did you think it was weird that there was a person in the bed?
Well, I don't think there was when I got here.
Where did you sleep? You didn't sleep in the bed.
I did sleep in the bed.
You slept in someone's bed? What the?
Oh yeah.
See them.
Yeah,
Where's the original owner of this bed?
Look,
In the bed
Xander walks up to Lysel and like pats their shoulders and says, I'm proud of you.
I am not proud of any of us.
I don't think. No.
You know,
No, you're fine.
Listen,
Yeah, you see,
listen. It's okay, Lysel. It's knight's code. You don't kiss and
Yeah.
tell.
The person that was in that room like comes out looking at y'all weird. She's like a younger, not like she's like a
Sure.
gnome in like her early 20s, and she just looks at y'all and just very like looks at y'all and then just looks at the ground, making no eye contact, walking by.
We're going? Sorry. Oh boy.
Xander is seeing this little gnome, looks up at the tall Lysel, and nods and says, I get it. And just...
What?
Nothing happened. I think the gnome just got accidentally teddy beared.
No, listen,
Good job, Lysel. No.
I know that, and you know that, but Xander's fucking stupid.
Amazing. Yeah, let's go get breakfast at a different establishment because I can't look at this place anymore.
Yeah.
I paid for the week.
I don't care. I want breakfast anywhere else.
Let's
I'm gonna go get Arafel.
Let's go to the National House of Pancakes.
Delightful. Let's do it.
No,
And
here it's not going to be called that here. It's going to be called, like, the Grand Manor of Flapping Jacks.
The gym.
I like that.
They don't call it a pancake. They're going to call it, like,
Why is it
Um,
flapping?
a Guadalajara surprise.
Wait,
Can we get a stack of
hold on.
Can we get a
That sounds
stack of
refreshing.
Hey, what's the German word for pancake?
pancake?
Firewood isn't
I
even
think it's-
German based.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
Where the
It's
fuck are
Arthurian
we?
English based.
Oh, what's the English word for pancake?
I think it might be pancake.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the German word is Eierkuchen.
That's
Like, what?
I'm pooping.
Either that or Frittaten.
They just call them pancakes.
Either way, let's I'm gonna go get Arithel, who infuriatingly was fixed before she woke up, so she doesn't experience any of this. But to be fair, she's also like 19, so and when I was 19, I could have like a semi truck full of beers and then go to work the next morning.
You know,
So maybe she would have been fine.
The lay on hands fixes the alcohol poisoning. Weirdly enough, doesn't fix the dehydration. So
Sure.
Still
No,
got
you're
a
still
fucking
hungover,
migraine.
technically.
Yep.
That's fair. Great. Yeah.
You
Get the
guys go
fuck out of here.
You guys go have breakfast somewhere else.
Great. Okay. So that was fun.
Which storm
I think
will
we
have
all.
bacon?
What's that?
What's that?
Which storm or Skyhold?
Skybound.
Skybound. Sorry. Would
We have that
Skybound
too.
have bacon?
I mean, it doesn't come from a pig, but yes, there's bacon. Well, it doesn't.
Yes.
We need to get out of here, bro. Fuck this damn place.
It comes from a
They're called Gungaga strips, and they come from the rock wall of the Listic Sea.
What the fuck?
But it's just
That's
bacon.
where you get bacon? That's rad.
That's everything in
No, it's
Tezos,
just-
yeah.
It's just Daedon bacon instead, which is a prehistoric pig.
Fantastic. All right. So, okay. First of all, sorry if I was a little bit crass with anyone this morning. I do, however, think that as a group, we all just need to acknowledge, yes, we all saw Xander's dick. Yes.
See it? You what?
Closely. How could I not?
Oh my god.
I would love to sit here and pretend to be embarrassed, but I'm not. You're welcome.
Okay. Great. As long as we can all move past this momentous moment. I think that we also all need to agree that just because we have seen Xander's dick does not mean we need to now see everyone else's dick and or balls.
I
Johnny
don't
Johnny
have
pulls
one
up his
right
pants.
now.
You know,
Amazing.
that's a shame. I was definitely looking for. You know, I'm not even gonna finish that joke.
It's fine.
Yep. I
No.
also think that we should put forward a motion where we agree we get one of those per country because, frankly, I think a second one would get us arrested.
One of what per country?
Whatever the fuck
Drinking
you want to call
contest.
that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if we do that again anywhere in the boundaries of Forward, we will be locked in a very dark hole for a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh
like
my
the
god,
school.
that's so cool. It's like a tourist thing. Like every time you go to one of the big cities of that country, which is strange.
Yeah, you guys go on a little fucking adventure.
So long
Not
as
sober.
crawl ever.
Vivian flips to the back of her notebook, and you see that there are the party rules. She's written a couple like simple ones that are standard for every party. She has added one this morning that says we do not have to see everyone's dick. And then she writes another one that says every major city we go to, we have one drinking contest. That's done.
Yeah, and there's 3 per country, so get on it, nerds. Anyway.
She does
You
right.
have your make sure you have your designated healer every
Yeah.
every time you go out drinking. Please drink responsibly.
She does write in subscript only once though.
Only
We picked
Man, that was
one.
great. This drinking thing's pretty good. Let's do it again tonight.
We should
No.
Actually, let's just go do it right now.
No.
we have things to do.
Anybody else shaking?
You should
Oh, no.
get some
Already?
water so you stop shaking.
No, I don't need water. I need a little something else.
Every
waiter
living being
comes
needs
over.
water, good sir.
I need a little double.
Johnny's struggle with alcohol addiction.
Immediate
Okay, let's go.
alcohol addiction. Yeah, the waiter comes over with like a big pitcher of water, and rather than like letting their glasses be filled, Vivian just takes it. It says like, we'll take one for the rest too.
We'll just take one of those for each of us.
Yeah, you all get your hydration and your water.
Okay. Well, I had a lot of things I actually wanted to do this morning, but we have taken a lot of time. So we should probably go to the Adventurers Guild and figure out what's going on there.
Alright.
I thought we did that.
No, we gotta talk to the other motherfucker, whatever his fucking name was.
Xander, do you need a moment
Do I need a moment for what?
to not be mumbly? You seem so sad.
I seem
It makes me
sad.
sad. Yeah?
Interesting.
That was even sadder.
So anyway, the Adventure Guild.
Great.
We needed to talk to the other gentleman. That...
Reed.
Yeah, that one. Thank you, God. Reeve. Because he's the fuckwit who gave the, burglars the quest in the first place.
Sweet.
And maybe we should split up.
No, I don't want to split up. I want to be together. I want to split up. I don't want to split the party again. No. Johnny's house.
What do you,
We're being a
what do
baby.
you need to do, Emiko?
Oh no, I was gonna say someone should just check out the barn she made to see if
Let's
there
all
was
go together. Let's all check out the Adventurers Guild. Let's all check out the barn.
Okay.
I agree.
I do actually have things that I need to do though this morning.
Okay, then we'll go with you for that too. We're not going to split up the party.
Alright, so.
Go on errands together.
Yeah,
I guess
you
we
guys.
should start with Vivian's stuff because she actually has like specific things that you need to do.
We should just save my stuff for next time.
Okay.
Whatever.
We'll go to
I
the
had is not
Adventurers
important.
To the guild.
Yeah, when you get there, again, all of the desks are labeled, and you do see someone labeled as Reeves. This person is a Lupra. Kind of looks like a hyena. A little bit. Like a wild dog.
Yeah, we're gonna give him the full interrogation, like, hey, you gave these dudes these contracts, here's why they suck, do you have any other information you can give us?
Yeah, he, like, looks at everything, and he goes, well, they took a public contract, meaning we just take their names. I know that only 2 of them accepted the payment, so I didn't give them the contracts, I just simply gave them their payment for the finished contracts. I had to make a new copy of the contract because it was covered in blood when they returned it to me, which that was abnormal. Not illegal in any way.
Do you still have it?
No, I don't have the original now.
Where would it be? Did you throw it away?
Considering that we made a new copy of it, yes, it likely got thrown away as to not have files with blood on them.
And where does your trash go?
Probably burned? I'm not sure. That's not really my job, and this was over a month ago. But Yes, the information that you do have is accurate. The only thing I can say is that, I'm gonna make a roll for this man real quick. I will say that when they were in here, as they were leaving, they were bickering about buying better winter's clothes. Talking about how they were going to split up the money to do so, but other than that, they turned in the quest. It took longer for me to give them their payment because their contract was covered in blood and I needed to make a new copy so that we had a version that was not covered in blood. I gave them their payment. They specified that they had 4 of them, so I had to go verify all that. And then they tried to get more money out of me. That was not what the contract stated. They tried to say that the blood covered up some sort of extra bonus amount of gold. Something about paying them to travel further. And they said that they were agitated that they are going up north and had to go up most way north to do the job, come all the way back down, and then go back up, so that there was some written bonus about extra expenses, but I know the Adventurers Guild does not account for that. So, I remember that job quite well, purely because it took me an hour to finish finalizing.
Does anyone have any questions for this guy before I piss him off?
When they
Piss 'em
the
off.
two when the 2 people that came to collect the money, did they make any reference to the friends being like dead or like not there for some reason? Like anything at all that might have seemed weird?
I guess it was strange. They said that their friends did not enjoy the public. They were very adamant also that they were just very adamant that the 2 individuals, not only were they not there to collect their own payment, but that they would not ever be there to collect payment. I don't know. They over-explained it to me. I've heard of adventurers that are mysterious types that think that others care that they're mysterious types, and I just wrote it off as young people trying to involve me in their personas, but it is a little strange.
Does it seem like he's hiding anything from us?
Make an insight check.
Ain't that just the way?
Rip.
That is a 20.
No, it doesn't seem like he's hiding anything. It more just seems like any missing information is because this was not recent. Like, it was recent, but it was like a month ago recent. So he's not going to be able to tell you, like, everything that happened in, like, you know, hyper detail.
He would if he wrote it in his fucking report.
I was gonna say, but I don't think Vivian cares enough to bring it up. Okay. Yeah, that's probably all we're gonna get.
Also, just in general, does this guy seem like a fucking twat?
How do you mean by a twat?
Like, just, does this guy seem like a fucking asshole?
He seems like someone who has to work with the public, and sometimes the public is stupid.
So yes, he's an asshole.
Would you say he makes that his whole personality?
No, it just seems like you brought up a particularly annoying exchange for him, so he's describing it as if the exchange was annoying for him.
Got it. And doing his best to keep his public facing persona, rather than being like, these guys sucked.
Yeah, these guys were fucking assholes. They brought me a blood-soaked fucking contract knowing damn well that I'm gonna have to make it. Yeah.
Sure. Alright, yeah.
Like, he's saying it in the nicest words he
Handed me a
legally
$100
can.
bill, and I had to grab my fucking manager, and my manager didn't know what to do, so they had to grab their fucking
Yeah.
manager, and then we didn't give the guy any change, and then he got pissed off.
Yeah.
Canceled his
Yeah.
order and he walked out of the fucking store.
Great. All right. Yeah. So let's get out of here. I don't, unless anyone else has questions for him.
He said something about pissing him off, and I was excited.
Yeah. I don't need to. It's fine. If he seemed like he was hiding something from us, then I was going to. But I think he's just. I think the worst thing I can say about this guy is that he is unenthusiastic about his job, and if I was upset with every person who's unenthusiastic about their job, I would be upset with everyone. So it's fine.
To the stable.
Yeah, which it takes you about, like, an hour and a half to get there from the Merchants Guild. But essentially, it is, as Mama V described, it is outside of the city. You notice that it's kind of, like, hidden in, like, a small, like, half circle of trees that seems like they were planted that way intentionally, meaning Mama V probably grew them. And you see that there is what looks to be a barn that doesn't have any doors. It has, like, well, it does have doors, but they're not, like, full doors. They're, like, smaller half doors. And there's, bones everywhere on the inside, and there's, like, a bunch of hay laid down at the bottom, but you notice that the doors in the front are completely broken. They literally, like, the wood is shredded and now rotted by, you know, the passing weeks, rain, and even snow. Even right now, as you're all walking outside, there is a light snow starting to fall.
So you said the doors were broken. Did it seem like they were broken from the inside or broken from the outside?
It does look like, you don't even need to really look into it too much. It does look like they were broken from the inside. You can see the impact of, like, the wood, breaking. You can see the effect of the door trying to break against its lock.
Looks like where Sugar broke out?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna look for clues, like we're the Scooby-Doo gang.
Yeah, whoever wants to, make me a investigation check.
Velma, take Shaggy and Scooby and go check out the basement. Velma and I will look at the master bedroom.
Oh my god, there's two Velmas.
It's two Velmas.
Me. Sorry, I personally, Joey, really like Velma, but that's not Fred's cup of tea, apparently.
Alright, so we got a 17.
10.
And 10. 8, sometimes you just roll a 5. But Vivian, you start looking around and you notice a few things. For one, on the actual inside of the barn, it looks fucked up in there. And by that I mean, like, there are scratch marks all over the walls. And they look almost like when a creature is, like, panicking inside of a cage. Like, the scratch marks, it doesn't look like, oh, like, she liked to sharpen her claws on this part the way
this
a
is
cat does.
when she broke out.
Yeah, but it, you know, some of it's on, like, the back walls where there's no reason that a intelligent creature would try. Obviously, she was intelligent enough to know that, like, this is the door. But there's just, like, erratic claw marks all over the back and sides of this, like, handmade stable.
Okay, is that it?
There is one more thing. I was just waiting in case there was a further question. I don't know why I waited too long. And then there is also a thing of note where there looks to be on the far right side. There we go. My fucking shit finally loaded. I couldn't remember what side it was on. Not that it was important, but I wanted to be accurate. On the far right side of the barn, It also looks like there is like a perfectly cut hole in the side. As well as there's like arcane sigils around the hole. So there's like a perfect circle cut into the wall, and then around the wall, around that circle, there are sigils.
How big's the hole?
It's only like a few inches in diameter. It's enough to where like, trying to think of how to describe this. You can like kind of like, you can't fit your whole head or your whole face through, but you can like look through it.
And you can summon things inside. Or outside.
Without being, since you got a pretty good roll, it's like without, you can do something without standing in front of the doors that the big, crazy creature will look at you and see you in plain sight.
Sure. I'm going to point out the sigils to Johnny. I'm going to ask if he understands what they are.
Why, of course. Yeah.
Make me an Arcana check.
I will guide you if you want to sleepwalk.
Sure. Arcana at advantage, 15 plus 1, 16.
Sick. I'm going to look something up real quick, just so that way I'm not, like, saying something incorrect. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it is a little different. I'm glad I looked that up, or else I'd have just been wrong. So, you actually recognize, like, most of these runes, but notice that there is a slight change to them. For the most part, this looks like the, arcane written language for the spell Comprehend Languages. But there is a slight change to it where someone has altered it to basically allow them to cast it on others rather than just their self.
Interesting. Johnny will take a charcoal rubbing of this. Could I scribe this into my own spellbook?
Yes, you could.
Nice. Cool.
Was this, were these runes inscribed on the outside of the barn or on the inside?
Outside.
Okay. So, I guess maybe if the person who was messing with Sugar didn't speak common.
I'm sure that there's some kind of arcane mage among them. Maybe. Could be something else. Anything else here?
Other than that, no. It seems like the barn is, like, mostly destroyed on the inside, and then the doors are broken, and then this very, like, perfectly, by the way, cut out circle with a rune that obviously is no longer lit with magic for Comprehend Languages, but rewritten to allow another creature to comprehend a different language.
Are there any quirks about the script it's in? Is it just generic arcane script, or is there something that makes it stand out?
Make me a history check.
Guidance.
Sleepwalk.
Guidance.
28.
There is something a little weird about it, and it's that you have actually gotten a spellbook or two since you started adventuring, and of course you have your own way of casting spells. This language, while it is mostly the same, looks slightly different. It's a little more lengthy. In, like, the way that arcane spells are written out in runes, normally, like, you could simplify this spell a lot if you took a crack at it. This is a lot longer. And even the clause of just adding someone else, like making the spell extend, like, well, not extend to another target, but allowed to be cast on another target rather than yourself. You could still make this a lot shorter. When you,
It's
oh, go ahead.
frivolous, superfluous. But is this style or incompetence?
Since you got almost a 30, you get the feeling that it's an older version of the same language.
Or is it ancient? And he puts his fingers up to his tongue. I tasted this in the dreams of Achios, the nightmare. This script, it's outdated, far outdated.
Well, that would lend itself to it being someone other than our apprentice mage that we have been tracking.
Yeah, it's kind of like the difference, to bring also a more clear, it's like the difference between like someone writing in cursive versus like print.
Got it? Okay, yeah. I think that is all. We'll just do a cursory detect magic just for the hell of it, and if nothing else comes up, I think we head back. Probably too long to see what tracks are around here since it's been over a month of rain and snow, so let's just call it there.
Yeah.
Unless anyone else has any ideas. I'm going to take that as a no.
Yeah. And with that, I believe we will end the session there.